officially live. I didn't even do a mic check. You can't even see it. It
I can see.
that it started.
I can see. I don't see them down there, but I'm sure they could.
Okay, and it shows that we already started, so we should be good. We back. Special guest in the building today.
What?
Dumb quiet. Hey, listen, these mics is on now. Don't get quiet. Do not get quiet. We about to have a good time.
Take control.
We about to have a good time.
Just saying. You're a little conservative over there.
I forgot to tell them that y'all was coming. And Dez just brought y'all up in the chat. I was like, oh yeah, they coming on Sunday.
A little smoke though. Like I'm wondering why Kim ain't been here. Like y'all done been here a couple times and
she works. Her only off day is
Blake
Thursday.
said that she works.
She ain't going.
So this is what they do. She works for a builder, and most of her clientele can't come in until the weekends, so they gotta take time off during the week. But Saturday and Sunday is they hot.
Yeah,
time.
she
so
only off Thursday and Friday.
If we wasn't recording on Sunday, she would have pulled up.
I mean, I could have got her off though. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Gion's wife. I could have called AP and got her off for sure.
I'm starting to feel away a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I was wondering too. Like,
she don't fuck with us or what? Is this something we don't know about?
Well, I didn't even bring it up to her this time because I knew she couldn't.
Or intellect.
I'm her loan officer. That woman loves me, so I know that's my.
No, it's not no big. She would love to be here.
Clear the air. Like we done did a couple, 2 or 3 episodes with y'all. I ain't seen it yet. Shout out to Kim though. We miss you.
Hey girl.
We miss you. It's crazy.
Man.
Before we even get started too, I also want to throw a late Happy Mother's Day out there. I know we didn't record last week.
Let's talk about it.
We can get into it right now if y'all want to. But again, Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you.
Happy Mother's Day to all the moms that's listening to the show. You know, everybody that's supporting us. Yeah, we got moms too. You know, we took a week off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like I done missed a couple Mother's Days or something.
Once you threw that time out there, Dez,
Dez, it was over. It was like, he was like, I'll be there at 3. I'm like, all right, cool. Then he was like, yeah, I got Mother's Day thing at 2. I'm like, Dez, we can't record at 3.
I just didn't.
You trying to make it happen. You trying to make it
wanted
work.
to cover my bases.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, no bicker.
No bicker. I had a remarkable.
We'll speak on it. So how was your Mother's Day? Look, real quick, we can recap it. Like we ain't got to say here too long. How was your Mother's Day?
It was good, man.
Real good. That's it. That's all you got.
That's all I got. It's great.
Dez, how was your Mother's Day?
No, it was real good. You know, got the it's crazy. Like, you know, my mom, my sisters, my niece.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my aunt. Like, just all the different generations of mothers that was in the building. You know what I mean? And,
Like a big function, like everybody was under one roof.
Yeah, we was all at my brother's house.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was a good time.
We did something similar. We pulled up to my aunt's crib. Had I guess you can call it like a fish fry / seafood boil.
Yeah, I'm about to say, that's what my brother did. My brother got freaky with it. He did
These new moms, man, I tell you. Shit
That
like
sounds
that.
good.
It was slapping.
What you want to eat?
It was good, you know what I mean? But, you know, big mamas is dying out. You know what I mean? I hate to say that.
I feel like I've been saying that since we started the pod. Like, you know, we definitely was we reached the end to.
We really at the last.
The grandmas ain't the same.
You said grandmas ain't the same, right? They 36.
I'm about to say,
Absolutely.
They had the brunch. Where your fan at?
What up, the function?
Right,
They got boots on the ground with the fan out. That's why. Cooking. I ain't cooking shit. I'm like,
yeah, but Mother's Day, it was good for me. You know, we had a good time. Like I said, everybody was at a central spot. Ate, you know. Then after that, like, what my family do, like, cause my kids is so territorial. You know, with my mom and my grandmother. So we'd do one thing at Auntie's house, and then they'd be like, let's get back to the house. So, you know, we can have you to ourselves and give you our gifts and shit like that. So it was cool, you know what I mean? It's dope seeing my kids being real big gift givers. You know what I mean? I like that a lot, seeing that.
like father, like son.
Apple don't fall far. Yeah, don't fall far.
I like that.
I like it. You know what I mean? Hopefully, you know, when they get to that time, well, I mean, Dre is there now, but that ain't really his focus. But, you know, hopefully they'll make a young lady extremely happy with the gift giving. I stared him right, Dad. You know what I mean?
Salute.
Hopefully. But, again, happy Mother's Day. We apologize that we wasn't here last week. Again,
We wanted to be, but you know.
moms come first. And now, we did miss a lot. You know, we missed a whole lot during that week.
You notice that? I feel like anytime we do take a show off is when the biggest news
Shit
cycle
really get going. Yeah. So we're going to try to cover it. You know, again, we got some special guests in the building with us today. Like, I mean, not even really guests. Like, y'all family. Like, we done did so many shows with y'all, and then we still got the one that's in the tuck that one of these days I'm going to put it out.
Oh, no,
I'm going to
absolutely
put that
not.
show. I mean,
Can you just send it to me first?
I mean, I got it.
That show was
It's been on my
hot
desktop on my
fucking
laptop
mess.
for years.
What do y'all recall of that show?
I don't even want to
So
say.
how
I just
come
remember
y'all
Crown
don't
and chicken wings, and I ended up in the hospital.
Yeah, why
the
don't we
next
have
You
day.
were in the hospital.
Oh yeah, she definitely.
Lane was like, my girl's throwing up in the bathroom. I'm
You
like,
ended up in the hospital?
She ended up in the
After
hospital.
we left Donnericks, and did we go to Donnericks? I think after.
I don't know. You was with Lynn and me and Mo went to XL.
Yeah, it was me, Lynn, Trav.
I know y'all was at Waffle House.
We was at
Yeah,
Waffle House, and I
remember being
threw
at Waffle
up.
House. I do remember that.
Threw up across the table. She had to take me to the bathroom and kick the girl out. There was a girl in there.
That was a wild night.
I'm curious to go back and listen to it just so we can hear what y'all don't.
Well, let me play it right now.
Because I don't think it was nothing too crazy like that.
It wasn't even us saying anything. Wow, it was one of y'all's other people.
Nah, you was the person that we talked about before show. The person that Dez was asking you about before show. You was that person on that show.
Was I?
Yeah, you was.
If I was drinking, I wouldn't be
You
surprised.
said one of our people. Wasn't nobody there but us and Trav. Like, Trav, she said it was you.
What? What she said? What
She
said
said
about
it,
my brother?
He
she was
said a
like,
couple wild
It was one of
things.
y'all's people. I'm like, who else
Nah.
was there?
You don't remember that?
Oh,
I don't remember
there.
I wasn't there.
Nah,
You wasn't there.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
Y'all on camera.
Y'all remember that?
You did?
He did.
No.
He said it on camera? Or I mean on
Yeah.
audio? It was recorded?
No,
I think
I'm
I
not
edited. I edited some stuff out though.
Yeah.
Even though the version I got is edited for sure.
Oh.
We put it out one day.
Cause Lynn hit me on the back channels and was
Oh, I
like,
do remember what transpired behind that show, though. Now that I'm a little more clear, like it was some little shit behind the scene. Yeah, I remember now. It's coming back to me.
Anyways, moving on.
Yeah,
Moving
she
right
hates
along.
she hates when I bring up this evening. As my friend.
That's so.
Yeah.
So again, I was in the middle of letting the people know that we got family here in the building. Take control. How y'all doing, ladies? It's good to see y'all.
Hey guys.
Hey, come on.
We're
Hey.
good.
I'm good. I'm great. You still didn't turn the air up.
I did. I just did it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's about to be on blast.
Because I'm having a hot flash.
Yeah.
How y'all been though? What's been going on?
Life has been a roller coaster, honestly.
Talk about it.
You still on the ride or what? Like, what you doing? Did you get off?
It depends on the day.
Okay.
The last time I was here,
I be seeing your statuses too, by the way. I just want you
they
to know.
be crazy or something.
I'm just telling you, I see your statuses. I don't know if you know that everybody sees them, but I see them. But go ahead and finish. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I kind of need a preview of some of these
What
statuses.
do I be
on-
saying?
No. Finish the introduction. Like we'll get to it.
I don't know, y'all. I've been having a lot going on. Motherhood has been whooping my ass. I work like 10 jobs.
This is how we're meeting you, huh? This is the introduction, huh?
And, my dating life is in shambles.
Oh, okay.
Your dating life is in shambles.
Yeah.
We're gonna mark that. Like we coming back to that. Brandy, how you been?
I've been good. Ain't nothing going on with me, y'all.
Good. That's good.
We ain't gonna let her get away with that either this
We
show.
ain't?
Yeah, I'm not with it. I ain't rolling.
Hey, rolling.
Ain't nothing going on?
No.
Nah.
Work, life, dating life is fine.
Dating life is fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
You want to elaborate on that?
It's fun.
Oh, it's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Dating.
So break that down for me, because
Yeah, I'm
I'm curious. I'm curious as to what fun dating means, because it's been some back and forth that I've seen online, some places where people's on different sides of the fences when it comes to dating as far as.
I hate it.
And when you said dating is fun, I'm assuming that I'm assuming. And correct me if I'm wrong. Is this multiple people that you dating?
Okay, let me back up.
Okay.
Because
that's when I hear dating is
mean
fun.
things.
That's what that sounds like.
That's what it sounds like. That's what I was. And I didn't want to put words in your mouth.
I dipped my toe back into the dating game, so I've been going out to dinner and getting to know people. I'm not exclusive with anybody.
All right. That's dope. And you said you're enjoying that.
It's been cool.
If I'm not asking too much, like what's the process of elimination look like? Like how can somebody eliminate themselves?
That's hard to answer.
It's so easy with me.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's so easy.
Yeah, you can say one thing I don't like, and I'm just, it's cool.
So we haven't got to the point of. I mean, I get it. Some things it's like it's non-negotiables. Like, nah, I'm not rolling with that. But have we got to the point to where it's like I can overlook that? You know what I mean? It ain't the big. So I know you just said
There's some things. There's some things you could definitely overlook. I think one of the big things is like communication. If we come up against like an issue and it's brought to the table and we can't have a conversation about it, I'm probably gonna pull back.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Communication. Yeah, that's dope.
I like that.
All right, so we're gonna get into the show.
It sounded crazy when you first said it, though.
Yeah, that's why.
It sounded like I ain't like his sneakers. He's
Oh
out
no.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
But
some,
I like that answer.
You know, some women do operate on that type of time. I mean, we gonna get into your dating life here shortly too, because you said you was dating as well. So it's only right that you.
Did she?
Yeah, she ain't that what she did.
I said my dating life was in shambles.
In shambles. So I would assume that
Ever
that
since
you
I've been
dating.
single, it's just been a lot going on.
Yeah.
Elaborate. What's been going on?
You said we're gonna get to that. Go on, see you next thing.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of What We Talking About podcast. I am CEO, the veteran, perfect motherfucking attendance, 1/3 of a few things.
Still.
1/3 of the still.
Since I left, ain't too much change.
Still. Be clear.
I'm representing for the vets all across the world.
Still. 1/3 of the rollout boys, not to ever be confused with 1/3 of the toxic boys, and y'all know who the other two is.
Yeah.
Y'all know who the other two is.
Here.
They right here with me. Who else is in the building, man? Who else is in the building?
Y'all know who the other two is?
Yes,
Oh man, that was funny, man. You know, it's your boy Des Arnaz. If you don't know me, tell your friends do.
He's been kind of on time these last two shows. I'm just gonna throw it out there. He's been here before you.
Applaud. I seen it. When I pulled up and seen the truck sitting, I'm like,
You know you late.
I was hoping if I get there before this, we good money. But I had good reason today. You know, I had to pull up on my homie. I went to go support my homie's brunch event at Oak. You know what I mean? And shout out to King David. You know, he said what's up to the guys.
What's good?
He was DJing. Okay. You know, and he told us to pull up tonight too if we free. You know, he got
We free.
a function going on over at Goody Boy.
So why you ain't say that?
Say what?
That you was gonna be running late.
I didn't know I was gonna be running late. And I wasn't late. Like, well, you didn't have to put that on the mic like that. Like, who else in the building?
I just had a question.
Her trying to pull you by your coattails is crazy.
And when she called me, the music was playing in the background.
I was rushing for nothing.
You was on time for sure.
Yeah,
Salute.
I had to eat my food while I was driving.
You good?
You good?
Go ahead.
We're gonna let you get to your little day or whatever you got lined up.
Yeah, nah.
Let's get her out of here.
I see you 3 times a year.
Ladies free before 5. What are you trying to get to?
Trust me, they got the drinks waiting on you.
My bad. Go ahead, y'all. My bad.
You'll be drunk in no time. You'll be okay.
Right. Who else in the building, man?
Still one of them ones.
Yes,
Still one of them two that he was mentioning earlier.
You did.
You know what I mean? So
Hey, Bearded Blaze, I really don't know who Bearded Blaze is anymore. Like, this guy.
it's crazy. It's crazy life. It's crazy life, man. We in here, man. You know, I'm sorry. Last week we couldn't, join y'all. And
Yeah. I hate we miss. I hate every time we miss.
it's
a
like
show.
therapy for me. That's what it is. I really enjoy
Yeah.
spending. Like I was, somebody hit me up earlier and was asking like what time we was gonna be through,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, yo, we from 2:30 to 7. That's
Right.
kind of our shift.
Yeah.
But it's time flies when you're having fun. So
Yeah.
we in here.
Indeed. Shout out to my brother Walt.
She said 7. I didn't respond back to her. I just let it go.
Weez, what up? What up?
Walt, what's good?
Walt. We fresh off that green this morning. We got out there.
You got busy?
Dead eye.
Walt, did he get busy?
Dead eye.
He did?
Dead eye.
I need Terry here. I don't know if I trust Walt.
PGA,
Walt's a nice guy.
PGA Reese is back.
You went crazy?
Way.
Who was out there? Terry was out there.
T didn't show up. It was just me, Ern, and Walt, and a gang of white guys. Good times though. Good times. Like I said, I'm hoping everybody get out there. You know what I mean? That golfing is. You get out there one time, you're gonna be out there. But
Happy Gilmore if I get out there.
just get out there, have some fun with it. So again, like I said, a lot took place last week. A lot that we want to get into. A lot of it is some serious shit. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna try to navigate to where we ain't too. Being too serious, but we got to cover this shit or at least give our inputs on it. Let's start with the Puff shit. Puff trial is now underway. We a week into the trial. Cassie has already been on the stand, and I believe one of the male escorts. And then right before they was wrapping up for the weekend, I want to say Don.
Yeah, I think Don. Yeah.
From Danity Kane. She took the stand. She was going through not cross, but the prosecutors was had her up on the stand. But so far, what's y'all's thoughts on the trial, man? Like that's so we can speak on it. Part of the reason why I had kind of been checked out, like I know this ain't really no correlation to not being in the chat, but a lot of it last week, man, that shit was kind of draining. Like just seeing. Some of the opinions and thoughts of, random people, strangers, complete strangers that I don't know. A lot of that shit was, it was bothering me, I won't even front, So just seeing how some people was, receiving the case and then, giving their input and their thoughts on it, it just didn't sit well with me. I know I'm older and I can just shut the shit down and not even look at it, but, I think we at a point now to where social media is kind of like a part of your every day. You know what I mean? So I was real disturbed. You know what I mean? The way that I look at it, you know what I mean? I think Diddy's sick. You know what I mean? Like, for me, there's no getting around that. The shit that he did, you know what I mean? I know that they was going over old text messages and everything. And, there is some consent on Cassie's end here and there. Which is perfectly fine and normal, but all it takes is for her to not be with it one time, at least for me. And the one time, she did voice that in there several times, like, I really ain't with it no more. I don't want to do it. And Puff, he wasn't going for that. You know what I mean? So for me, I was like, yeah, I'm convinced. Like, I don't really need to hear, any more testimonies, even though I get. With the case, they trying to lay everything out to build up to the charges, because that's all I kept seeing is that this looked like a domestic violence case to me. Like, and I thought that was the dumbest comment ever. You know what I mean? And if y'all got different opinions on it, like I definitely would love to hear that, so we can go back and forth with it. But like I said, I thought the prosecutor, or I thought the feds or the state, the government was laying the groundwork for the RICO, for the racketeering charges, for the sex trafficking. And I thought it was clear with just the Cassie shit alone that Diddy was involved with sex trafficking. Like, at least that's how I received it. I don't know how y'all did. I'm curious to know. But yeah, I just thought, just seeing all the ignorant comments and just the...
What type of comments you talking about?
Just motherfuckers talking about she was a willing participant, shit like that. People saying that she should be charged as well because it looked like she was like a co-op, like she was trying to, assist Diddy in the shit, you know what I mean? All because at one point she was with it, you know what I mean? I don't want to speak for Cassie, but from what I'm looking at one point she was a young, naive a young, naive woman who was chasing a dream, and Diddy looked like he was the bridge to that, of what she was trying to get to. I think Diddy recognized that right away, and his position of power went into play. You know what I mean? And that's how I looked at it. Like, I just think with Diddy, the way that he went about it, like, it's one thing to be a freak, You know what I mean? But to be this like his shit got more so like monstrous like that. It went beyond just some old freaky sex shit. You know what I mean? Like, cause I think we all probably done had some freaky sex times and shit. You know what I mean? But not to that extent. But I think this is way beyond just Diddy being a freak. You know what I mean? This is like a sick nigga. At least that's how I looked at it. But I'm curious, what's y'all's thoughts on it? You know what I mean? Anybody can step up and speak on it first, but we can go back and forth with it. But anybody?
All right, I'll jump out there first.
Yeah.
So I think that, by the way, you're gonna be sick when you hear the latest.
The latest Joe?
Yeah.
Okay. Might skip it.
The way you're talking right now, you might need to skip it. It's not that somebody was on the separate side from you. It's just that devil's advocate is being played or whatever the case may be. So here's my question. My question is the charges, right? The charges are what? Racketeering?
Racketeering, sex trafficking.
Because it's not the RICO. You said RICO, but it's not the RICO. It's just racketeering by
itself. That's
right?
slightly what racketeering is.
That's what the R is in racketeering, but it's not the other things or whatever, right? Because if it was a RICO, he probably would have more co-defendants, I'm assuming.
Well, I think
No.
the co-defendants, I would say it's his enterprise as far as like his employees that, facilitated a lot of this shit, but they just didn't get charged for whatever reason.
Yeah, they're not for trap. So he's being accused of, so he's having these sex parties,
freak offs, wild king nights,
and so he is bringing people in.
Yeah,
and he's not on trial for domestic violence, is he?
No.
Slightly. Domestic violence is not the charge. No, I mean, but it's kind of hard to escape it. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, it's a part of this. It's a part of the narrative, regardless. Right. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I feel like I get sexual deviant vibes from Puff, but I don't know if I necessarily feel the R. Kelly vibes from Puff.
Because it wasn't minors?
Probably.
Okay.
Because these are adults who, like, maybe with Cassie's situation, she felt kind of forced.
Well, so far we know it's adults because, I mean, it's only been 2 people, like Cassie and the escort. So we don't, like, supposedly it's supposed to be an 8-week trial. So we don't know who's all on the witness list. You know what I mean? But
I don't know. I just feel like, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you get caught up doing some mess like this, it just catches up to you. We've seen this. I don't know why. Like, I kind of understand. I know how hard it is, but I understand why you just would get one chick and just rock out. Like,
it makes perfect sense.
Because this is just too much. Like, you get
tricky.
You get caught up, get too lost in the sauce. Like, if it ain't Diddy, it's Shannon. If it ain't Shannon, it's whoever else. Like, I mean, the industry this runs rampant. So, I mean, it is what it is. Diddy's going to get found guilty.
Yeah.
I don't think that there is, like, even if I don't necessarily think that his charges fully coincide with what he's like, whatever they're gonna be able to prove. Yeah, it doesn't matter. They're gonna.
And I think that they are going to, lay the groundwork for the charges of why they charge.
Yeah, I don't think they've done it yet.
It's only been a week, of an 8-week trial.
But I feel like they pulled a big joker out with Cassie, though.
I think they had to get her early because her pregnancy, she's in her last term, they said. I think she's like 8.5 months pregnant. But I think Cassie was just a credible witness, like for them to be able to get up there and say, not only, can she speak to what took place on that video that Diddy lied about in the first place. Again, that's in the court of public opinion, when he initially lied about it and said nothing was there, but
the video of him beating her in the hotel?
At the hotel.
Yeah.
Which was a video from a day of a freak off, they said, with her trying to get away. So that kind of lends to the such trafficking of, nigga, I'm trying to get away from this shit. Here you come up the hallway chasing me butt ass naked with a towel.
Yeah, he looked
dragging me back, back to the room and shit. So I think it's a lot of guilty parties in this too. Because there's so many people that covered up for him. You know what I mean? But Des, what's your thoughts on it?
I was when it first kicked, when the trial first kicked off, I was like, I was super tapped in. Side
note. This is a freaky Gatorade, by the way, just for the record.
Yeah, I see.
I mean, it's
this is fire.
It's lemon, lime, and orange.
I
mean, it sounds crazy.
It's the mashup.
Yes, it sounds crazy.
Influencer pack.
This is the remix.
He back in that influencer pack. He back
fire. Fire.
It looked fire.
But
I was hating.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, when it first kicked off, I was like, I was tapped into the live streams and hearing the play-by-play and reading the tweets, and it just started like low-key consuming me, bro. And then just as the
what do you mean, Des, when you say that?
I was just too engulfed into it. You
really?
know what I'm saying? But then, as time was but as the trial was going on and then just more and more info started coming out, I just started feeling like really bad, and I'm like, I just didn't want to hear no more. You know what I mean? Like I low-key heard enough. Like I couldn't imagine being a juror on this case. You feel me?
Yeah, this gonna be rough.
And it's like and like I understand it, but what I don't. Like the tricky part about the legal system is like when you're dealing with a case like this, and then when the defense comes up, right? Mm-hmm. And of course, like that's their job to help, like basically change the narrative and show, hey, but
to play devil's advocate.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But it's just like from what I heard with the trial and what I gathered, my personal opinion is like bro, she was a young girl. Yeah. She got caught up in the lights, the fame, the money, the access. You feel what I'm saying? And also too, she wanted a career. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Just off the rip, Diddy was sick just off the rip on how he got it.
Super sick.
You know what I'm saying? You set up a fake party to get her away from Ryan Leslie. Then you get her. Then once you got with her, you start giving her drugs off the rip.
Off the rip. He introduced her to a lot of shit. You know what I mean? She said that was her first time doing oral, all kind of shit.
Yeah, how old was she? She was like 19.
But I think
he
the
was
first
like
time they had sex was
37
22 or something like that. At least that's what I would assume that they're not lying now because they're under oath. But I think the first time they had sex, I want to say it's 22, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's what they're reporting for sure.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like, but off the rip, you giving her drugs. You sign her to a 10-album deal. Yeah. She only put out one album. Dealing with this nigga for a decade. You know what I mean? And just like the manipulation and just the games that Diddy was playing with her. You feel what I'm saying? And kind of had her in a situation where like she got away a couple times. You feel what I'm saying? But then she would end up coming back. And I think it's just and a lot of people feel like, well, why would you keep coming back if this nigga's abusing you and this nigga's doing all this to you? But it's like,
what they call it, like Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, but I feel like especially when when you a young girl and you dealing with somebody, because I feel like we see a lot of examples of that at a way lower tier, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So when you're dealing with a multi-millionaire with unlimited resources, you know what I mean, can literally do anything, can press a button and have something to your.
And we can keep it a buck. Like it sounds like she loved him. You know what I mean? Like,
she did.
You know what I mean? So
and she admitted that.
Yeah,
and she admitted that.
Give grace to that. Like it was feelings there. It wasn't like I don't like the narrative that I'm seeing online of.
She was a willing participant.
She was a willing participant. She was there for the come up. You know what I mean? She enjoyed the lavish lifestyle, which could all be true, but Diddy still was wrong in my eyes.
So what I don't like.
Yeah, so all in all, it's just like, it was just, it was a lot, man, and just hearing all this stuff. And I do feel like two things can be true. You know what I mean? I do feel like, because I feel like even when she got away at the end, right? They said she was still like low key contacting the nigga when she was messing with the bodyguard, right?
The trainer, right? They said she had to admit that they had sex one more time after she alleged. That he raped her. Right. You know what I mean? She said, yeah, they did have sex one more time.
Bro, she said she had sex and he watched. Like, she put him on FaceTime or something
I think dude was FaceTiming. I don't think he was necessarily, like, on the FaceTime watching. I think they was asking, did he FaceTime you? Meaning, like, was he trying to contact you?
Yeah.
At least that's how I took it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot, and I feel bad, bro. I feel bad, but like I said, man, it's just, there's no good comes out of this in this situation, and can't fuck with Diddy after this, in my opinion.
Yeah, sick nigga. Ladies, I'm so glad we got y'all here to get a woman's perspective on all of this, because I know it's probably gonna be people that just not happy with what we said. So please give your thoughts on the trial. Just the whole situation and how it's playing out, and your thoughts and everything on it, please.
I agree with y'all. It's been very overwhelming and hard to even see, so I kind of like disconnected from it. But I don't like that people are trying to blame her either. That part was pissing me off, and that's kind of why I stopped just looking at it, because it is very sick. Yeah. And I also feel like just being somebody that was in an abusive relationship, to have like somebody blame her and question why she went back, like, I don't like that. It's not always that simple for everybody to just leave and stay gone, you know?
Yeah. I think for me, I've actually done a pretty good job of staying away from it, just because when the whole situation came out initially and he said he didn't do nothing to her, and then the video came out, it kind of put me in a bad place. And so I just said I didn't want to stay away from it. But just a couple of things, like statistics show that it takes a woman, or I'm gonna just say a person, because I don't think it changes either way. It takes a person who's in a domestic abusive relationship 7 times to leave, 7 full times before they actually leave. Consider the fact that she was young. Like I tell my sister all the time, my sister's 23. There's nothing that a man in his 40s or even in his 30s, a nigga my age, there's nothing that he wants from you other than sex and to control you. There's nothing that a person that is 19 can offer a man that's in his 40s other than sex. What are we talking about? We have nothing in common. I think that's one point. And then as far as the comments, I think what's most alarming is seeing the women comment that, you know, this was her fault, or she was looking for a come up, or whatever the case may be. It's actually disgusting, you know what I mean? Or like, and you see men, and it's like, it doesn't really surprise me, because I know a lot of niggas running around with friends who do the same shit, just on a lower level, to be completely honest. And I'd seen, I think it was Charlamagne, he had said something like, you know, Cassie was making decisions from an unhealed place at that time, and now she's making decisions on a more evolved, a more healed place, and she wants to do the right thing. You know what I mean? She been living with this for years. She got kids now, and that's probably what took her over the edge to say, I want to actually come out. I'm not saying she's not at fault, because a lot of it she did consent to, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, according to the law, he broke the law. You were transferring people from LA to New York to Las Vegas to Miami to have sex, and that's illegal. Just point plain. And to me, he's a monster. Yeah. But I think a lot of the part that people miss is that, because they're like, oh, he can have anybody, or he could do this. The kink is control. It's not sex, it's control. Sex is just a vehicle. You know what I mean? Like when people get raped, rape is about control. It's not about the sexual act. It's control. So I can control you. I can hold this over you. I can make you do whatever I want you to do, just off of the simple threat that I can put this out and tarnish whatever name you have. He's a monster. It's just as simple. So I personally don't see him no different than R. Kelly. But
yeah, I see him as different. I will say this though. I agree with Dario just said, because at some points, because of public opinion, it seems like Cassie's on trial.
Yeah. And
she's not on trial. Right? Like, and I think that's the comfortable space in our culture for us to instantly go to, well, what did the woman do? And I don't know how fair that is in this case. Was she consenting or was she not? You know, whatever. Not whatever. It's just like, let's not talk about her like, oh, look at these text messages. She was with it. I mean, well, in most situations, like when you're in a relationship, you kind of sometimes acclimate to whatever your partner got going on. So maybe she just, especially, we ain't talking about, this happens in regular relationships, but we talking about Puff.
Right.
So she probably feeling like, let me go get hit by Ramos over here, or whatever the case may be, whether she wants to or not. She like, well, if I don't do it, I might feel like he gonna get me up out of here by tomorrow.
Because what else can I do?
Yeah, so I definitely understand that. The reason why I paint him as differently than Kales, because Kales was having young girls dressing like boys. Like Kales just was on a whole nother level, and Kales was also having sex with a 14-year-old. So I just don't see him as a person who was operating on them demon type levels. Was he operating on demon levels? For sure. But I feel like Kales was a slightly elevated level of devilish activity when it came from Kales. Not that we need to be comparing them, but you know, I just feel like Diddy was just he let his freakiness get a little too crazy. Because I feel like it's a weird little thing when it comes to sex trafficking. Like he's not like sex trafficking like you would see on the movies, where they taking some girls from another country and bringing them in like a shipping container and putting them on the streets. Like it's like, oh, I'm Diddy, I got the resources. I'm in Vegas.
Sex trafficking is actually, you know what I mean, like as fucked up as it may sound, like, you know, that's part of the lifestyle of the rich. You know what I mean? Like they fly in a lot of escorts or whatnot. You know what I mean? State to state. You know what I mean? Like it's something that's somewhat of the norm of what they do. But I think it just comes down to is if all parties, like if there's no foul play involved, and that's where Puff crossed the line. It was just too much foul play. Because it's one thing to fly a chick, you know, to Miami.
Right.
You have sex, you pay her for that, or whatever. You know what I mean? Whether it be money or it be gifts, whatever the form of currency is you know, a transaction. That's illegal. Like I think the only place that escort or prostitution is still legal or currently legal is still Vegas, right? If I'm not mistaken. So I'm not trying to knock, you know, that particular act of, you know, what the rich and famous have been doing forever, and even niggas on the lowest of tiers, you know, get a couple dollars and may like, oh shit, I'm flying something out, you know what I mean? And if you fucking,
I just feel like I feel like it should be a different term. For
it
that
should
type
be.
Of,
I mean, and it's not considered sex trafficking until
it's a slippery slope.
I mean, you can your kink can be whatever your kink is. You don't gotta harm people in the process of that.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like it's just.
I think we gotta be careful when we talk about flying somebody out being sex trafficking.
Yeah. Like being forced to have
It's
sex
not, though,
for
we can't-
4 days. Like what?
You don't think that's sex trafficking? I think
What if somebody wants to date somebody out of the state?
that's different. Like sex trafficking is when you are just strictly paying somebody to come out here to fuck, like
That's what I'm saying, but that's not
versus
that's not
courting
what
somebody. Like, so say I'm going out of town and I got this chick who I've been vibing with, and like I'm gonna fly you out, meet me up here, and you know I ended up cracking. For one, I'm not giving her, you know, some money after said and done. At least not just here you go, thank you for the sex. Whereas Puff was paying escorts. Now he's not paying Cassie that, but he was paying escorts all across
I know,
the
but
country.
in the game right now, they're just making it very plain and simple. Like you fly somebody out, y'all have sex, you wildin'.
A little bit. A little bit.
Let me say it again, because maybe you didn't hear me clearly.
I hear what you said.
You fly somebody out, y'all have sex. That's not sex trafficking.
It's against the law.
I don't believe that to be true.
You know what I think?
I don't think so.
If
Like you said, slippery slope.
I think Reese is.
yeah, I mean, but what if this is a conversation before
So
it goes
okay,
down?
can I just interject?
Please.
So I looked it up. Sex trafficking is a form of human trafficking where individuals are exploited through force, fraud, or coercion for the purpose of commercial sex acts. If the person involved is under the age of 18.
Okay.
So
the
coercion,
and
you know what I mean?
the abuse is what made Diddy shit sex trafficking. So you're right. You know, just the typical, hey, check your email. The flight is there. You know, like you're not gonna get jammed up now. But
No
That's
buts, Reese.
years
buts.
later down the line, she can be like, I wasn't with it. I got the paper trail of when he flew me out, and we had sex here in this state. Now they got the groundwork to be like, hold up now. She's saying she wasn't with it this time.
Get your man, bro.
You get what I'm saying? Like, and that's
your
what
man.
I'm saying. Like,
I hear you, but it's just like, but see but that's where shit becomes a slippery slope, and then that's when
you
that's
gotta
when
live in the same
but that's
city
when we
as
run
me.
into the situation.
we can fly out together.
Because I feel like if a woman is to pull that, then that's whack.
absolutely. But again, if we talking about coercion, fraud, you know what I
No,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if you just flying somebody out and then she like,
Brandon.
oh, I'm about to.
But no,
Brandon,
but
you
no,
cool, you
yeah,
cool.
you cool.
I'm talking about him.
Rick trying to say they can be with it, and then years later they saw it, so now they saying, oh, well, I wasn't with it.
Yeah, no, that's not right.
That's going. That's
I mean, but it does
It does happen.
It does happen. We see that type of shit all the time.
And I got a feeling that as this trial keeps going on, we gonna see a couple of them where it was like, it looked, you know, just sitting back looking at it, it looked like, oh, that was just a fly out. You know what I mean? But now that it's a part of, you can trump all that into the case. In Diddy's scenario, you can lump it all up in there because we know he did some foul shit over here. So all this other shit, which might have just been a normal fly out, like, nah, nigga, you was on demon time throughout all of this shit. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, me or you or Dez, whoever, you know what I mean, the first go round first. No, we should be.
But the way you're saying it though, it's like every entertainer athlete is out here sex trafficking. Everyone.
No, what I'm saying is that they flying chicks out to fuck.
And you said that's sex trafficking.
Well, I mean, it's against the law. It's illegal. Like, it's prostitution. It's, you know, like
well,
I said,
Reese, but I'm saying, like, nobody, like, for the most part, people are not having these
freak offs.
No, right. not freak offs. People ain't having this understanding of, hey, head costs $2,000. Like,
they are now after this Diddy shit. You don't think that the higher ups is looking at this?
I think
like,
you need to stop watching the trial.
Yeah.
I think you need to stop watching.
Yeah, you need to stop.
You're bugging, bro.
You need to stop.
Listen.
It's fucking you up, bro.
So you saying Ant Edwards out here wilding?
Wow. Wow. If any celebrity is still participating in flying out chicks and, you know, to
what
get the
else
vibe
they
going.
do?
You said what else?
They be talking to bitches in other cities all the time.
Get something local. That's what always.
What if they live in Salt Lake?
Ain't nothing that cold in Salt Lake. And if it is, I can guarantee wherever you're at, there's something just as cold out there. I'm not, no.
So basically what you're saying is don't
fly them out.
Yeah.
Pick them up when you get, same way, get your weed local and get your chicks local. That's all I'm saying.
Buy locals, what you saying?
No way. This is capping too, by the way. I don't like it.
Support small business is what you saying.
Absolutely. Buy black.
Hold on. Can I paint a picture?
Yes.
I think it's gonna be cool too. Let's say you playing for Utah Jazz.
Correct.
Lotto want to see what's good with you.
Who?
Lotto. Or Sweetie, she want to see what's good with you.
No, see, that's different. What y'all
see,
like.
no, because that's what you're saying. And you're saying you can't do that.
Hold on.
You're saying you can't do that.
Lotto or Sweetie is not an escort.
These girls ain't neither, Reese.
No, Diddy was.
But regular.
Talk about Diddy.
But see, all right,
that's what we talking about.
But let's remove the Diddy. What me and Blaze are trying to say is this: there are regular girls. They're not escorts, but the nigga is just like, what's happening?
No, he need to fly
and they like the chick is looking like
the
first is tomorrow.
So hold on. So Ant Edwards come across my friend up here, right? My friend Dariel. Okay. You want me to turn you up? I'm turning you up. So
I think he the one that
don't worry, you with it.
It'd be a fool to fly somebody out like.
Oh no.
So hold on. So you telling me that she can't?
Yes.
I'm trying to see what's good with you.
Yeah.
But you saying that's illegal?
So let me paint you a scenario. And that was.
You answer my question. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying yeah.
That's
if
illegal.
No, I'm just going to finish what you're saying. Like I'm going to advance what you're saying. So now Ant done did that, right? Dariel, they had a great time. 2-3 weeks later, a month later, a year later, Dariel might get the feeling like that was against my will. I ain't really think I.
Oh, so you saying that they just shouldn't do it?
I'm saying they shouldn't do it. That's what I'm saying. Like, of course, niggas been doing that since the beginning. Like the brokest niggas, I know niggas that actively do that now. You know what I mean? Like, fuck being a celeb. Like, it don't take that type of money to do that.
Why am I in it?
But what I'm saying is that, you know, to prevent, you know, some shit like what's going on with Puff. Now, again, Puff is a extreme example because he was demonic with his shit. He beating motherfuckers. Yeah. And that's a different scenario with him and Cassie because for one, they was in a relationship and he was her manager. You know, he was over her career. So that's a completely different thing.
And I think that's where the sex.
That's why I say he's
the coercion.
Because not only was that your girlfriend, but she also was his employee.
Yeah, you know what I mean. That's you dangling her career over her head like you gonna do this, right?
Right.
You know this is what make me happy. Right. You know what I mean, like so. But
man, fuck Diddy, man.
Yeah, it's rough. You know what I mean. But to finish what I was saying with that scenario that you gave.
I think the pendulum is swinging too much. I think we do that in the culture. Like, it's just...
It's extreme, yeah.
It's too much. Like, it's like, all right, listen, if you talking to an athlete or entertainer and they in LA, like, you should have the ability to, and let them pay for your flight and let you you want to see them. That's how they date.
And the feds was after Diddy, so his shit was heightened. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think this is going to actually stop. You know what I mean? People from flying motherfuckers out, like, because who's to say, like, shit, no, we met out there to go on vacation. You know what I mean? She came from one city, I came from another city. We met up. You know what I mean? Like, I funded the whole trip. You know what I mean? But I guess technically that looked like, you paid for it. It was all inclusive. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But
all inclusive is crazy.
That's all I want. It ain't all inclusive. Don't call me.
I got a question.
Where's my wristband?
And then we can move on from this.
Okay.
What got all of this started in the first place?
Settlement with Cassie.
Cassie wanted 30 M's from me. She wrote a book, and she said,
"She want 30 or she want 20?
20.
She got 20 after the legal fees.
Yeah, she wanted 30 and got 20, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she wrote a book, and she basically said, "Look, I'm gonna put this out, but we can settle."
Send the nigga some chapters.
Yeah, we can settle if you give me this money. And Diddy was like, "Fuck out of here." So, you feel me?
Know who the fuck I am?
So then, they start putting out a press release.
That wasn't a play.
What
from Cassie?
No.
So the press release started, and then it became.
Reese, that's a move, Reese. She's not on trial.
We can talk about it.
That's a move.
I think the feds was looking at him before this, though.
Yeah, I'm sure. But we're not gonna act like that wasn't a move from Cassie, though.
So, elaborate. Go a little bit further into that. So, what you mean when you say a move?
She wrote a book and then came to the homie and was like, "Yo,
she's telling her truth."
But is she though? She's saying, "I won't even put this out. Pay me out."
Yeah, I'm giving you the opportunity to save face. I'm giving you the opportunity for the world to not know how much.
It's just a move. It's okay. Like, I'm not mad at her move. I'm just saying, but we can't act like it's not a move.
It's a smart move when you think about it. You was locked in with this nigga for 10 years. You were signed to how many albums? You only put out one. We seen Cassie do one movie and she had a modeling gigs. The money that she should have been making, she didn't make.
That's why I look at it.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure Diddy wasn't just handing her bread, maybe, but not to what she could have made. The potential of what she could have earned. So it was a smart move.
So you're saying it's a move?
I'm saying it's a move and it was a smart move.
I'm saying it was a move. I'm not saying it's a smart or bad.
It was definitely a move, but I think what made her go forward is because Diddy blew it off. Like, he wasn't.
Yeah, he wasn't, because at first he was denying it, and then he settled.
Well, he's an egotistical man, right?
Well, he settled because then it started getting out.
Yeah.
So then he was like, "Oh shit."
They said he settled within 24 hours.
But
that was a mistake.
And that was the mistake. Yeah. Because if he doesn't
Y'all think that was a mistake, him settling?
He should have settled. He should have settled off the rip.
We should have never known this happened.
Yes, because if he settled off the rip, we don't hear about this. None of this happened.
But he in his feelings. She done ran off with the trainer that he didn't hire.
And he feel like, "I'm Diddy, nigga. Fuck you. They're not going. I have." That's where the ego kicked in.
Yeah, for sure.
Diddy's ego got him in this.
Yes.
From the beginning.
Yes.
No. I'm Diddy. I've been running. Yes.
I'm with you. Ways got him in this. Not the like you have to.
What I'm saying
right,
is,
but act.
Right. He could have kept it tucked. Is what
but
we're
the
saying.
foul ways is a byproduct of the ego.
But this is the thing, though, Reese. You gotta think. We've been hearing rumblings about Diddy for over 2 decades, bro.
Absolutely.
We've been hearing about Diddy since the early 90s. About him doing wild shit. But he never got caught. And that's where the ego kicks in. So now I'm larger than life and I'm worth a B. I didn't beat shit from 95 to 2025, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, well, until now. So it's like, can't nobody stop me. I'm worth a B. I run the world. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. I'm Diddy. And I feel like the ego kicked in. And I feel like he felt like, I'm Diddy. People are gonna believe me over Cassie. Because even when the shit hit the fan, he still was running with this is a extortion play, right? Until the video came out.
I'm fucked up.
Because truth be told, the masses was behind Diddy until the video hit. The video is what really killed him. Yeah. Niggas is feeling like, damn, why now, Cassie? Niggas kind of felt like, not saying Blaze feels like this, but a lot of niggas like, why Cassie?
That's the only conversation that I hate. The why now. Like,
but I'm saying that's how niggas was feeling before we start before the videos and then the details.
That's just how it is, though. That's how it is.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Diddy thought that, like, my persona is gonna trump all this, so I don't give a fuck about this. And then when he seen the bad press, it's like, oh, let me You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, well, now let me settle, which was too late. Because then the feds kicked in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Diddy could have. If I'm Diddy and I knew I did half this bullshit I did, nigga, this ain't even hitting. I would have
doubled her
How
up.
much you want?
I'd have doubled her up.
I would have given it back off the rip.
And that's the crazy thing. Like, you knew that video
He coulda beat
existed.
this. He coulda
You
beat
knew
this.
it was out there.
Yeah.
And the hotel settled with Cassie for $10 million
Right.
over that video. I think
Yeah.
recently, not back then. I think
yeah.
it was happening.
Yep.
Yeah, they gave her
Yeah.
$10 million.
I thought that's how she got to 30. I think Diddy only gave her 20, and she got 10.
Right.
From the
No,
hotel.
but
No. She said that she randomly just said she wanted $30 million. That's what she felt like she was owed.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't trying to give her nothing. Then he settled in 24 hours. And I think the hotel just settled with her
the
for
hotel
$10
just
million.
gave her the 10.
Yeah.
That was separate from the.
So Diddy gave her 30.
Diddy gave her 30.
I think Diddy.
She
thought I
collected
saw
20
20.
because
I
of the
thought I saw
legal
20.
fees.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the lawyers
After
took
everything.
off of that. Yeah. So she only took 20
and then
from
she
that.
got additional 10 from the hotel because the
Yeah.
hotel gave her 10. Because this nigga Diddy gave like the hotel like 100,000,
Like 50,000 or something like that
for
too.
the video.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Niggas just be too horny at the end of the day, man. Niggas be too horny. Niggas just be on a different type of time. Like, bro, rubbing cum on
No, he only paid her
your
20.
nipples, man. What kind of nigga just a freakazoid, bro?
He paid her 20. It was a total of 30 when she got the 10 million from the hotel. He paid her 20. Lawsuit settled quickly. Cassie Ventura revealed in court that she had a settlement amount that was 20 million.
20.
Man, she got some M's. But goddamn it, none of this would have hit the light today. If I'm Diddy, I know the truth.
But see,
I would've just
I
settled.
think the thing is with
Doubled up.
Diddy,
I need you extra.
I don't
happy.
think he was ever looking at, what he was doing with Cassie as it being this huge thing that it would morph into.
Exactly, but nigga, we live in an era where once this hit,
Because when did the charges come? Because even after he settled with Cassie, he hadn't been charged yet, right?
right? But it opened up the can of worms. But that's what I'm saying. But if I'm Diddy, you know this is what people are gonna do. All these small time reporters are gonna start prying into it and trying to get more information.
Yeah, the feds.
So I'm not even risking the chance of it morphing into this. Once this hits my desk and I know the shit that me and this girl was doing,
Feds hit his crib like 2 weeks
what
later.
we gotta do to get this done
Feds hit the
and
crib
don't
like 2
nobody
weeks
hear a
later.
peep of this. Like off the rip. Because he didn't settle off the rip. He told her fuck out of here first.
Yeah.
And then that's when she was like,
Yeah, I think
okay.
it was like 6 months in between when she initially came to him versus the video coming out and then 24 hours to settlement after that. But I think,
And the crazy part about it is 50 Cent had been talking about this.
yeah, fuck him too.
You see, because he had video, like people send him videos of the free calls, and he was talking about this, but we brushed this shit off because we was like, it's 50 being 50.
Are we judging Puff on the? Are we kink shaming Puff like on the wild shit? Because do y'all think if it was just some regular fucking going on?
I don't understand you. I don't understand you, Reese.
What you mean?
I don't understand you, bro.
What don't you understand?
That was just a term for the ages right there. Like, what do you mean?
We done had conversations on this show plenty of times.
Yeah.
To where like, if that shit bag, that shit bag.
Nah, that bag was beyond. That was beyond a bag. That was a
He's
motherfucking.
wild.
That was a body bag. That was like what?
He goes a little. It's too much. He's a cuck.
Oh, that
He's the definition of it.
hands down. You know what I mean? Like that's a given.
For you to want to still have sexual intercourse with a woman that is telling you, I have STIs, and you like so?
I haven't been tapped into the case. I don't know about none of this. You missed that part?
Yeah, I miss that.
Oh, y'all ain't good at it?
Yeah, she said that it got to the point where antibiotics was no
Right,
longer
yeah,
treating
she
her
had so
issues.
many sexually transmitted.
Sores in her mouth.
Right.
They said it was
Sex
blood
for
on the
4
walls
days.
in
And-
hotels
Yeah.
and
Oh,
all
yeah,
that.
yeah, public. Yes.
I don't even know where y'all go to get this information. Like,
Shade room.
No. Where there's the one reporter dude that he reports on all the big cases in New York. So he's been on Twitter.
Going crazy?
Yeah, he's like the only person that has like access because you're not even supposed to be able to have access. He's like the only person.
Oh, girl from the Breakfast Club.
Yeah,
did busy
Lauren
with it,
LaRose
too.
is
But
She's in the
but she's
too.
coming. But that's because she's getting. But the dude on Twitter is live tweeting. He's tweeting like as the
Yeah,
shit
it's
is going on in
niggas
court.
inside the courtroom. You just can't have no video in there, but there's a lot of reporters in there.
But No, but this dude got special access. The one white dude got special access.
Because it's a federal.
They didn't want the victims to have to deal with that. Like they said that they was doing screenshots. They had video proof, but they were doing screenshots to keep the media from getting those videos.
Because I keep seeing these pictures of Diddy, but I'm not actually seeing videos of Diddy.
And then you know my nigga acting going live. So like while as the case is going on, so I just be getting play by play through act. Like the first day, it was when Cassie took the stand, because you know Puff had his whole family there. He had his daughters there. His daughters
I wouldn't even have them there.
Yeah, they said his daughters walked out.
I heard about that.
But yeah, bro. So that's what I'm saying. That type of shit went on, bro. Like she's fucked up. He doesn't care.
Y'all think her husband knew all this stuff prior?
Yeah, he came out I think he knew all of it. And he came out with a statement. I think on Thursday or Friday, just basically saying like
how courageous she was.
Yeah, and basically saying what y'all assume is wrong. You know what I mean? Like in terms of what I knew and what I didn't know. There's no way she.
It's a narrative out there that
doesn't matter.
She's
not
like
on trial.
The puppet master behind it. Like he put her up to it to get the money and all that. Like.
Y'all hate women.
There's so many conspiracies of.
I heard that too. Like they need the money.
Of the extortion play being in part, in play. Like it's all kind of shit. Like I just wish. It's one thing to have an opinion, you know what I mean, but to share that shit, like niggas for one, nobody even asked niggas for it. I get it. We giving ours right now on the podcast, you know what I mean, but it's a little different for me at least, you know what I mean. Seeing niggas in these comments and just saying all kind of wild and crazy shit, I'm like, man, please. I'm just in the matrix with it, like down the rabbit hole, like, and it's too much. But God bless Cassie, man. I'm glad that she's finally done with it. You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't have to go through any of it anymore. You know what I mean? Like that's
for sure.
Yeah, man.
How do y'all see the rest of the case playing out? You know what I mean? Like, cause are y'all? Where do y'all stand right now? Are y'all still looking at it like it look like it's just domestic violence, or do y'all be like, nah, he's cooked all the way around? Like I'm thinking he's cooked all the way around.
Yeah, Cassie set the tone. Set the tone. So it's like he's. We all know. I feel like you'll be a fool to think he's about to walk away and not do jail time. Yeah. He's definitely doing jail time. 100%. Nothing less than 5 years.
I don't think. See, I think that 5 years probably makes sense for the case, but I think they're gonna hit him for
like 10.
I think he's gonna do 15 at least.
15, 20. You gotta think about this.
I don't think he's gonna do that long.
Man, you gotta think about this. We're gonna get to Tory later, right? Yeah. Tory's really doing 10 years for allegedly shooting at the ground and somebody's foot getting hurt. Right. 10 years, Des. Yeah. A dime.
LA too, though. Different.
You
things.
shoot me in the foot.
I'm just saying though. Like, what I'm saying is that like 10 years.
Like,
I feel like some people get shot in the face and with 8.
Some people commit murder, or manslaughter, and don't get, 10 years sometimes.
I don't know. I think 8 weeks is a long time. I think that to some degree, the prosecution does have a hard case to prove because you can't. Unfortunately, you can't look at Cassie without also seeing a co-conspirator in this, right? So I don't know if that means maybe she took an immunity deal. I don't know. You know what I mean? So
that's
I think, I was about to say, I think 8 weeks is a long time where it's going to be a lot of, I can see where the prosecution is coming from. I can see where the defense is coming from. I definitely think he's going to do jail time. I just don't know how much.
I'm tapped in. Week 2 coming up tomorrow. Like I said, Don is on the stand when they resume.
Was he in Don?
He was in Aubrey, I believe. Don was just a witness to all of it. And I think a lot of these people that's on the case is people that's...
Aubrey?
Yeah, the white girl. I think he did hit her.
You think he did? We don't know that yet.
We don't know.
Okay.
I'm assuming. Okay. Was he?
I don't know if he did. I don't know if him and Aubrey did anything, but I know Aubrey been talking about him for years.
Yeah.
Aubrey,
she the blonde?
Yeah, she the blonde. And then, Day 26 came out not too long ago, and all them niggas was on camera crying.
Oh, yeah.
So
he said he hit all them, too.
No.
Reese, they're not saying that, Reese.
They're
not saying that, Reese.
What?
But now Aubrey all day because remember when he like gave everybody back
he definitely
published
publishing, yeah.
Aubrey was like one of the few that didn't.
That didn't take it, yeah.
Reese, he hit me.
Because it was like the stipulations, like
first of all, this ain't funny.
You couldn't say nothing bad about it.
And that's why I think like.
But I think that was part of the
rollout. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's been building up.
Nah.
Brian.
Light skin dude. You seen? He
Yeah,
was crying like crazy.
All of them was crying. One of them got hit.
Reese.
If it wasn't Diddy, Lorianne hit one of them. Like something happened.
Hear me out. Light skin dude was crying like crazy, bro. It's a light skin dude. Nah, it wasn't Q.
Oh.
It was the other light skin dude.
I thought it was Q.
You got Mike, Q.
Which one's Q?
Brian.
Q was the one that used to date Dawn on Making the Band. It was Q.
He
was the one,
It's Q.
He was saying he was in counseling and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, he hit him. That's my speculation.
I ain't fucking with you.
He hit him.
I say he hit all.
All right.
If he didn't, Lorianne did it. If she didn't, Harv did.
You throw that on Harv? Is Harv alive?
Harv, like I know Harv is somewhere just hiding.
Don't ever put that on Lorianne.
It don't went out again. Something going on with it. You said don't put it.
You can't be.
It's back. I don't know. You know, we gonna see how it play out. Again, I ain't fucking with Diddy. You know what I mean? Like that's just too much for me, man. Like just seeing a nigga abuse.
I feel so bad for his kids,
like
man.
Yeah, so let's take it to that angle. Like as far as the kids go, do you feel bad for the girls, or do you actually feel bad for
both.
Justin and
I feel bad for all of them because
Christian.
So for the boys,
yeah.
Especially Christian, you look just like that nigga. So when they see you, they immediately see a split image of Puff. Yeah. You know what I mean? But like, because it's like, if you already didn't have things in place now, what do you do going forward? Christian can forget a musical career. Like, ain't nobody gonna want to be near him.
Well, his career wasn't going nowhere.
But it doesn't matter. I understand that. I know people do that too.
Am I lying?
But what I'm saying is
if he wasn't on Bad Boy, it wasn't happening.
But this is what I'm saying, Reese. Right. So that's what I'm saying. You're making my point. It's like, okay, you was kind of like trying to build this legacy for your kids, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, your kids was really banking on you. They was living off you.
There's still a couple of M's there for you. Like, you good.
But I'm saying going forward, what do you do? Because you're not going to be able to escape this. Every time you step out in the public, they're going to talk about your dad. How do you feel about your dad? What do you think about your dad? Your dad. Like, you know what I mean? That's going to forever be on you, even though you had nothing to do with it.
Well, it's rumors, you know what I mean, that him and Justin was out there trading them off.
All right, so what's the next topic?
And then the girls super feel bad for the girls.
Yeah, the girls I feel bad for.
So you don't feel bad for sons?
I don't feel, not as bad. I feel bad. I mean, you losing a parent.
You
like,
avoid that. You don't feel bad?
Yeah, that don't work on me.
That is not ice.
I feel bad in the sense, Des, is that, you know.
But why you don't feel bad for the kids, for the boys? Because they men? Toughen up?
Like, for one, they're not even boys. They're men. Like, what the youngest is like. No, Christian, or he 30, ain't he? Who? Not Christian, but Justin. He's 30.
It don't matter.
And these is grown ass men. These ain't babies.
But still, but I'm still going to get judged about what my father did.
They also they was able to reap the benefits of all of that too. Like,
so now, okay, I got the.
I'm just saying, I'm not feeling bad. Like, what you want me to cry for? Like, what's feeling bad for?
Really?
I'm just challenging your point.
He's saying the same way that you feel bad for the girls. Why do you not feel bad for the boys?
Yeah.
I feel bad for the girls because you have to sit there and see a person that you looked at as a hero, somebody that you looked up to.
No, I unpopular opinion. I agree with Reese.
I'm talking about a father figure, like the way that a woman looks at her dad, like, and you out here doing this to women. The dudes are like.
The only reason why I agree with you though is because remember when all of it went down, Christian came out with the song like y'all ain't checked the wrong house, like ego.
Okay, if that's your excuse,
ego.
I'm rolling with that excuse. If you like, yo, he came out with a song and I've been dead when I've been done with him ever since. That's different.
I'm just saying. I guess the way that I'm looking at it is like them niggas ain't 6 and 8 years old. Like,
how was the girls?
The girls, I think they just graduated
like
high school. They were 17, 18.
I feel bad for them because their mom is also gone. Right. I think that's why I feel bad for the kids because their mom is gone outside of Justin and Chance. Mm-hmm. Kim ain't here. You know what I mean? So gone, right. the grandma, she old.
And they saying she was in on the shit.
And on it too.
That's why I'm not really feeling bad. Like, to answer your question, Des, like, it's been too many stories that I've heard to where it's like, this was a fucking a circus going on with the whole family. Like,
accusations.
Yeah, like the accusations. Like, and that's the bad part about social media and all this shit is that All this shit can get flooded out there. Like initially, we thought it was bullshit. What was happening with Cassie until we seen it? You know what I mean? Like,
I feel bad for all the kids, man. I get it, they grown, whatever, but still. Now I
just ain't seen too many of them Harlem shaking with their dad.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Just say that, Reese. So you think they knew about the free throws? You think they knew about the free throws?
I think they knew about it then.
Okay.
Oh, for sure.
I think they did.
Okay.
I don't think the girls had a clue, but I think the boys knew. That's why I don't feel as bad.
I wouldn't be super surprised
if he went in on one, like so now y'all why y'all acting like it's crazy?
No, the way that you were saying it, Reese, was here.
I just didn't want to come up like I think they was fucking with Puff, but I just didn't want to say it. But
so hold on. So you mean that
I think
they passing around each other's chicks?
Wasn't they both going with Lori Harvey?
Yes.
That was the thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel bad for the little niggas, man. Like, I don't. I'm sorry.
No bicker.
I mean,
just say that.
I had this question.
I don't.
It's a good question.
I ain't want to just come out and be like, I think they was fucking with him.
I was seeing if I was going to have to snatch your honor or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, Reese get mad because I pulled a Reese on Reese. He ain't like, you know what I mean? Reese was all the time.
He was giving me, that's what happened.
I just didn't want to come out and be like, I think they was fucking with him. Because that's a wild thing to say.
But you said it. So now.
I had to because my back was against the wall.
Yeah, because your answers wasn't that.
What you mean you don't feel bad for the kids? Like, nigga, I think they was fucking with him.
There we go. And that's the energy I was getting. I wanted to hear it. You think they was in on the free calls too.
I think they was in. And I think you think they were too.
I do. He does too.
I think you think the same thing. Especially, what's the little light-skinned nigga's name?
Justin.
He was definitely in the free calls.
Christian too. Christian had the basketball courts with the beds on it. I was like...
Now we get somewhere.
I've never seen a nigga have an indoor basketball court with beds on it. Like, that's different.
It's a little different.
Wow, family, man. And again, like I said, so... I don't think the girls was privy to none of that shit. Like, I think Puff went out his way to try to make sure that they had no clue of who he was.
I can see that.
You know what I mean? And with their mom being gone, it ain't really like nobody there to be able to tell them like your dad ain't who you think he is. You know what I mean? Like, cause again, grandma she in on it too. From what I'm hearing, But we can stay in the legal field with cases. Tory Lanez. Let's get to. I know y'all ready to jump on me. Pause. Tory Lanez got to cut this shit. Like, I see the play. Like,
you feel like the 14 was...
I don't even know why we're...
Big Cat, damn. Like, he went from...
Let's get to the shit, Dario. You feel like the 14 slashes was cat.
Nigga said his lungs collapsed. But then, did y'all see his dad outside preaching?
Yeah.
Talking about, he rose up and was talking to us like, nigga, you don't talk after some shit like that.
But I mean, but his dad, come on, his dad's been.
Everybody keep blaming Rock Nation. Like
he the one that said he the one.
No. Everybody's not blaming Rock Nation, but Joe is.
Joe said Rock Nation.
Let's get to it. So what else is going on?
Tory Lanez. Stabbed 14 times. Like, I want to cover the timeline. He been petitioning, trying to get out.
Right.
But just out of nowhere, this last week, the chain of events that took place. What was the first thing? It was
the bodyguard said that.
No, that was after.
Oh, okay.
So, no, but something happened right before the stabbing. The stabbing happened, or it was one more event.
Oh yeah, there was something.
It was one other thing.
Like new evidence that came forward about the gun.
Something they released something.
Something about DNA.
Then he got stabbed the next day. Then the next day, Kelsey's bodyguard came.
Can we talk about Kelsey's bodyguard?
Let's talk about it. You want to kick it off? Like, so
Sure.
Kelsey's bodyguard.
Why is this a story?
New evidence.
Why is this a story? It's not new evidence.
This is not new evidence?
No.
I'm not even here.
I heard somebody say.
Yeah, I heard him say that. Excuse me.
So then we shouldn't even be talking to this man. You heard something. Doesn't mean anything.
Because you got Drake, you got the whole industry sending a petition around now to free this nigga after the fake stabbing.
Hey, you heard that he wasn't the shooter is crazy.
Nah, bro. The stabbing real though, right?
Yeah.
The stabbing real. Because I reported it.
Well,
a lot of shit get reported.
Technically, his Instagram reported it.
Right. He put out on his gram.
But wasn't it like no medical shit came out?
Nothing.
Prison.
Only thing we saw was him on that.
Also, the prison hasn't said anything.
No, we saw him on the Gertie up there. Nobody has said nothing but they story.
And the story. Look, I'm not gonna hold you. The story behind
Get Tory out of here. You gotta get Tory out of here.
Tory the
And I
fuck
love
out
Tory.
of here.
The story behind this guy been kind of like, they said that Tory had said something about the dude's wife before in the visiting room, and then that's why he came back.
That's the story.
I was trying to protect black women all alone. I didn't want to lock up, a mom, and I'm like, come on, Tory. It sounds incredible. Like he was probably in his cell writing it. I believe Tory wrote this whole play out, and his dumbass team went with it. Like, yo, this is it. Mm-hmm. It was the dumbest shit ever. Like, I would give Tory more time for this. Like, not only are you not getting out,
He got too much time as it is. We don't
I think the 10 was too much?
10 is too much, Reese.
I'm telling you right now, life. Put that nigga under the
But
jail.
I thought he wasn't in there for the shooting,
I don't give a fuck.
I thought he was in there for something else.
It's not for the shooting. He's in there for, I think, like being around a firearm or something like that. I don't know.
But do y'all think it was him or the friend?
I think it was him.
I thought it was the friend.
I'm cool with whoever y'all think it is. I just think 10 was a little crazy.
Blaze, if I pull a gun out right now and shoot you in your foot.
You don't think she deserves 10?
I don't think you don't deserve 10.
That's crazy.
What would you want her to get?
A good 3.
So what did Meg's people say?
I'm not dying from getting shot in my foot.
You don't know that. What if I hit an artery? You up out of here.
Then we have to have a different conversation. But the fact that people thought it was glass in that woman's foot at first, not even, I mean, it ended up being fragments of the bullets or whatever, but at the end of the day, I don't want you to serve 10 years. I just don't want you to.
Listen, stitch that nigga up and get him right back to that cell. That 3 days in the hospital is the only bit of freedom you get in these next 15 years. Like, for you to even come up with a crazy story like that. So, I mean, let's get into the story. The new evidence that's come out,
He shot her.
how y'all feeling about it? Do y'all feel like this is in Tory's favor? Like,
He shot her.
Shot her?
I always thought it was the friend.
I always thought it was the friend too. I always thought it was Kelsey.
Yeah.
Kelsey shooting Meg.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is wild.
But why do y'all think, why wouldn't Meg just, like, because Meg pointed out, Meg said Tory did it. Like, that came out her mouth, that Tory shot her.
I think Meg's a liar.
Well, that was my question when this came out. I'm like, well, why would she lie and say it was him?
Either way, I'm fine with how the case went. I'm just letting you know. Like, I just thought it was a little crazy.
What did Meg's people say?
She never not said it wasn't Tory.
I thought
she
she put out a statement.
from day one she always said it was Tory.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all watch her documentary?
Mm-mm.
Bits and pieces of it.
It was good. But anyway, she always said it was Tory. We can debate whether or not it was a friend. I think it was the Tory. Because niggas, how do niggas act when they don't get their way?
I don't think so.
But how do bitches act over niggas?
I'm so glad that she's here.
Because it wasn't him not getting his way. Meg got salty because she wasn't getting hers.
Tory was having his way.
Hey, he was having a
But
son.
All this started because of her. Let's keep
But I thought Tory was messing with the Kelsey girl.
First.
And then he
He
was
messing
sneaking
with
around
All three.
Kelsey and Kylie.
Kylie, Kelsey,
And
and Meg.
Meg.
He was messing with Kelsey first. Then
That's what
Megan
when they'll get their way.
Megan got real slippery and got her snake on and start fucking with Tory on the back end.
And the baby said he was in it at the same time as
Yeah, he was.
That's insane.
And then Tory was in his bag. He was lit at that time. Then he got in that pool with Kylie. He went in parts. And Meg seen the energy and she started acting up. So then they got kicked out the crib and then now we here. But hey, man. It is what it is. I just think it's funny that Reese think this. That nigga.
It bothers
That
you.
nigga.
Drake's
That Reese
supposed to
think
bother
that this shit is a script.
Why did it bother you?
I mean, the reason why that bothers me because it looked like it's a plan. Like Tory done been in contact with all these niggas. Everybody got this petition that they running now, trying to get signatures after these. I heard she got shot, and then after he allegedly been stabbed 14 times, now it's almost like my nigga's in there suffering. Not only is he in there as an innocent man that didn't do nothing, but he's also in there being harmed now. We got to get him out.
Then he ain't innocent. But look at the niggas that's signing a petition. An abuser, One who be chasing after little girls.
Hold on,
yes, I said it.
We not going there.
Yes, we are.
not going there.
I'm talking about Drake.
No, we not going there.
Hey, Joe and Flip had me crying about this. They was like, see, y'all let Daystar get locked up, and y'all left us out here with this snake shit.
So about Mary, that's how her whole campaign was on that snake shit. What's y'all thoughts on that? Like,
I don't even like
the
Meg,
niggas,
so I don't
the
get it.
She's not
petition.
very likable.
She's just
Why don't
weird
people
to
like
me.
Meg?
I don't know.
She seems just like a sneaky, just weird bitch. I don't know.
How does she give you that vibe? Well, let me put
She
the
just
camera
give me
on.
that vibe. I don't know. First of all, it was just the whole you was messing with the nigga after your best friend. Like, I just don't fuck with that.
Is that uncommon? Because that happens.
I'm not saying it's uncommon, but I don't respect that. I don't know. I'm not a fan. I don't dislike her. I don't know her, but I'm just not a fan of her.
Because
You're a podcaster. Your opinion is important. So if you don't like her, it's fine.
But you saying you're not a fan of her because her and her friend fucked the same nigga.
That's one of the reasons, but I just don't. I don't fuck with the music.
Don't fall into his web. Don't you do it. See how he keeps trying to
Yeah,
move it.
yeah,
He's moving the story
He
around.
ain't like I just want to do it to you.
I just want to be clear.
And you sit up here oblivious,
Right.
like, I just think
Don't fall for the Reese. Don't let Reese pull a Reese on you.
I don't know. I'm not a fan.
No bicker. You know what I mean? Like, to each his own. I'm not the biggest of Mega fans either. You know what I mean? If I need to put it out there on the record, but I also don't.
Especially not Skinny Mag.
I don't see. It's different.
Yeah.
Tina Snow.
Yeah, it's different.
Big old freak. Big old thing.
Yeah.
Lock Tory up. You shoot her, lock him up. Lock him up. Tina Snow. Yeah, but get Tory the fuck out of here. I don't believe it. You know what I mean? Like that's my whole thing. Like it just looked like this nigga's really in the cell writing the script. It's like he's really thinking like, yeah, this shit. And then he had his dad come out there and deliver that sermon in front of the courthouse.
His dad did the same thing when he lost the case.
I remember.
And
What's
Rock Nation?
Yeah, let's get into the Rock Nation.
Jay-Z! That nigga was going crazy.
Do y'all believe any of that? Do y'all think Rock Nation is behind the scene pulling those type of strings?
I mean, it's a possibility. No, do I think so? Not necessarily.
I mean, but for what? This
That's
same
what I wanna know
conspiracy.
for.
Oh, he was about to do.
No, I mean,
Ain't
you
nobody
gotta-
checking for Tory. Like,
No,
he
first
got
of all,
good
I was
music.
like
Yeah, that's not true. That's not. See, I don't like that. And he was hot as fish grease when it's
Okay,
happened.
so what? Like, let's lock the nigga up and
Oh,
say he
yeah.
shot somebody
You're a
because he put out good music.
That's the only thing
You're a stallionaire. You're a stallionaire. Okay.
But that's the only thing
I
don't
don't have no
understand.
issue
Like,
with Meg, but like
why
y'all
was it
act
so
like
important
Tory
to get this
Lanez
nigga
was
like
Michael Jackson or something. Like,
No. I think it's more of Rock Nation protecting that. I don't agree with this, just for the record. But their point
Is Meg even still signed to Rock Nation?
but she was at the time.
Okay.
So it was like protecting the investment. That was the conspiracy theorist
Right.
point. I don't agree
Oh
with
well, then I wouldn't be surprised. Just like
Oh, you
they
like
was
Meg.
they was backing Rihanna when the Chris Brown thing happened.
it. Yeah, for sure.
They had him banned from everything.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Breezy fan. He on the docket. He on the docket. He on the docket. And I get it. You know what I mean? This rebrand that he's trying to do, I commend him for, trying to turn his life around. But your past is your past. You know what I mean? It's not right to be judged off your past.
where we going with this?
It's not right. But you also are the reason that they're using your past to judge you. You know what I mean? Like you played a part in it, and you gotta
So
eat
did
that.
she.
I don't even think
so
it's
did
that.
she.
Like, if we talk about Chris Brown, your past is your past, but Chris ain't really made no effort to do nothing different. The nigga
Right.
in jail right now for knocking somebody
For
over the
abusing
head with a
motherfuckers.
bottle.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree. I don't really care for Breezy either. Great music, but
I hear it.
I love Chris Brown. I want to go to the concert, but I
His
mean,
concert's fire.
Here's a hating, Reese.
no, hey,
He
like
got him a little
this is
Columbus
what I'm
girl
saying.
and everything. Like what?
He on his protection like women.
he can prefer her in Columbus.
I'm no young girl from Columbus.
What you down here saying?
I see what's going on.
What's
Yeah, you your protect black women campaign, right? And I'm not mad at it. I salute you, brother. I like it.
Reese
Alright,
Lamont.
Yeah.
Reese Lamont.
Tell me how. Tell me where I differ from y'all at on any of it. Just show me that. Since I'm doing that, where do I differ from y'all?
You don't mess with Chris Brown, bro.
This is the first time I've ever heard this.
What are you talking about, Reese?
He's a bozo. Like, this shit, like, when I walked in here before the mics cut on, I said, the nigga went back to London to the scene, and then y'all was like, I heard it's a play, though.
I didn't say that.
I think one of y'all said that.
I said it.
Yeah, some type of play. Like, whatever play was, it was dumb. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, when I heard, I'm like, I'm not gonna lie. When I initially heard the report, I'm like, hold up. You did this 2 years ago. You banged out, and you can't like
a place you don't have to be at. You're out to catch you. You
don't
don't have to go.
I'm not going there if I know
Never.
they actively got a warrant for me out there.
Sorry, London, y'all never see me again.
I'm not here.
Better get on Amazon if you want
Right,
to see me.
or I need my legal team to get that settled before I touch Grant. I need to know,
like
Trump.
They should
I
just
need
nigga
you
was
to
over there
give me that
rehearsing.
Give me that part, and
Yeah,
they ain't gonna touch me when I touch.
The wild thing is, I think he's out there wild early. Like I think
a month, like
Yeah.
rehearsal, like nigga.
So I think it might be a play. Now we're Blaze. Now he might be like, all right, look, let's go handle this. Let's go settle this.
Y'all walk me through it, like of what the play would look like.
Like, look, you on this tour, you know you got this lingering over you. So we need to try to get this rectified before we go forward.
So that means I got to go out there and get locked up. Like I can't send my legal team out there.
You said the play was a Super Bowl. Is that what you said?
No, I didn't say that. That was
somebody said that?
I didn't say.
I was saying that. I think they're just gearing up, trying to get them back into, the major platforms as far as like just being recognized and certain shit. You know what I mean?
But I feel like as long as Hov is involved, he's never seen a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I agree.
Like I don't think Hov would. Hov is a capitalist. You know what I mean? Like, and I think.
But I think he's also a nigga that stands on moral principle.
We seen how he did Dame. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
What's up with you, bro?
No, I'm just saying, like
I'm loving it. It's good. It's good pod. I like it.
I mean, if we saying that he stands on moral principle, it's selective. Is what I.
But I feel like everybody's selective.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm just saying, like
I feel like we moved the goalposts according to who we dealing with and what's the circumstance. Because
if any, so Dame I would think would be the highest on the list of. But I'm not going to do this nigga dirty.
But I feel like it was already in motion that it was just like I got to get away from Dame. I want to do my own thing. With that,
I think it was ways to get away from him versus.
Me too. I feel like I do feel like the way it was done, it was messy. But that's a whole nother episode.
And then Biggs and them coming back in the fold, like.
They had the round table. It was like the mafia round table. Yeah. They whacked Dame.
Tory, are we done with Tory? Anything else y'all want to talk about with Tory? DDG, y'all familiar with him?
Brandy and Stallion, that's what.
She was giving me Stallion vibes.
Hey, she was going hard. I ain't want no smoke.
Y'all don't think he's really like? I'm just saying, like.
What's up?
Y'all don't think he shot her?
Do I think Tory shot Meg?
Yeah.
I'm fine with the outcome whether he shot her or not. I'm just not fine with the amount of years.
I think he did because Meg said it. Like I'm just going off of her pointing the nigga out saying Tory shot me.
But
so what the girl got immunity for?
But why would she just lie? Like,
I don't think she got immunity. She didn't get charged with anything because according to them, she immunity to what
she
though?
Got immunity.
No,
for what?
From the shooting, she had immunity. For sure.
How?
What do you mean?
Because she shot her.
Because they walked into the conference room and said, "Hey, we're gonna give you immunity if you do this." But she had it for sure. The same way Cassie has it.
Okay.
Cassie got it too.
We don't have to talk about Tory.
All right, DDG.
Why Tory? Like, let's talk more about it. What Tory do?
I'm just saying, like, y'all really think this nigga Michael Jackson, like,
who's y'all?
Generally speaking, like, the way people go hard for Tory.
Yeah.
I've never seen nothing quite like this. The way that the fan bases is online, defending them, and the way that they dragging Meg behind it. I've never seen nothing like it. And we've never seen nothing like what played out either, though.
I think Meg.
She's just a liar.
Yeah. Why do you think Meg lied?
Because she lied.
She lied. Why do you think
lied
her
about
and what's
fucking.
the name ain't together?
That's a lie.
She's a liar.
That's a lie.
I'm saying, but she wasn't Meg. Didn't she take the stand during the trial and say and Tory? Like,
I don't be invested into these trials.
She did take the stand.
That's why I'm
not the biggest. I'm not the biggest Meg fan. I'm not going to be the first to go out and her album, but I'm just saying, like,
perjury. Like I wouldn't get up there and lie.
I mean, but
it's a risk.
But people do it all the time.
Oh yeah, I'm not disputing that.
But I'm trying to get to the bottom of.
I want to get to the bottom of her Meg hate, and then you want to get to the bottom of
Why I support
And I want to get to the bottom of your Tory. Yeah, your Tory.
Hold on. Is it like some old work that love Tory?
No.
Okay.
I mean, but I feel like this about anybody. Like, when the whole shit came out with Puff, all I kept saying was Diddy or Jay-Z better get his shit in order. You know what I mean? Like,
that was your first thought?
I don't put nothing above nobody. Like,
but hold on, why do you think Hope was doing some shit like that?
You got the access to, and Beyonce, and I'm the biggest Beyonce fan. Line her ass up too.
Do you think the women entertainers are doing it?
Yes,
okay.
I feel like if you out here harming people and doing crazy shit, you need to go to jail. I don't care who you are.
I agree with that.
And I'm just saying, like, what reason does Meg have to lie about who shot her? You know what I mean? Like, especially after Kelsey turned on her. What am I still saying Tory did it for?
Right.
And the
right,
reason
she's had every opportunity to be like, nah, the bitch Kelsey really did.
Because even when if y'all didn't watch the documentary, but it was really good. Like, if you looked at the timeline of like the shit that she was going through with losing her mom and all of that, like she said, she was in a fucked up place when all of that went down. So then on top of that, and everybody attacking you, you know what I mean? Like. And then she came out and was like, I mean, yeah, I lied to Gail, but I mean, I slept with him. You know what I mean? Like, what reason do she have to?
Why would you go in there and lie?
Eventually. Yeah, she.
But why?
I mean, if you get put on the spot, I might lie and say I didn't hit a nigga too.
I don't think you would. See, but I don't think that you would.
I love that you think that.
The same way Puff came out and said, nah, I ain't do none of that. You know what I mean? Until
I didn't
the evidence is out there.
I never heard Puff say that.
Yeah, Puff was denying. He was like this. He was doing it through his lawyer, saying this was a shake down the tip, a money grab. Niggas trying to extort me, and then Cassie's like, nah, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't even know if Cassie was the one that even, birthed the tape, or did, a reporter just throw it out there. Like, it's funny how all that shit just the timeline, how all that came about. But DDG, what's the Holly Bailey. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Recently, story just came out. You know what I mean? I guess she got some type of restraining order, I want to say, from him physically assaulting her, chipping her tooth and everything. I know they have a kid together. There was a legal or a custody battle, I'm assuming, was going on. And Haley was granted temporary full custody of the kid. Since then, all kind of stories is coming out that she was running around with Brent Fayez, trash. Running around with
let's put a cape on him. He's super trash.
Yeah. I love Brent.
I bet you.
Musically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew what you meant though.
Right.
We knew you meant musically. It still's a problem, but go ahead.
But of another guy that's been accused of assault, physical assault, domestic violence, all of the charges and whatnot. I'm not certain if he's even been charged with anything yet. It's just been alleged. But so the narrative online, is that, I hate to say this, the narrative is that black women are trying to take down, prominent black guys in the industry.
A YouTube streamer. Okay. Whatever.
Hey,
whatever.
Let's start.
Whatever.
Let's start with Randy on out here.
Fuck are y'all talking about?
Well, they say he's the biggest. Like, I'm not familiar with the streaming world like that, but they say like when it comes to streaming,
he's not into it.
One of the ones.
Sure, a YouTube streamer.
You say he's a cornball?
Like what?
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But look, we can't poo-poo his accomplishments though. Like he's somebody in the industry.
They said when it comes to streamers, like he's
up
like.
there.
He's the Ant-Man of streamers. Like
Nobody's taking away from that, but it's
a little bit sound like it.
And does this mean automatically like that he's guilty of these allegations? Is that what we're saying?
I feel like he looked like a nigga I could beat up. Like, why she even let that happen?
Let me read the CNN article.
How she let that happen?
Say it again.
See why they call him DDG.
Why they call him that?
Daryl Dwayne Granberry.
That's his initials?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I never knew that. Yeah, so I don't give much, I don't look much into the online, the narratives, but it's kind of hard to escape them, because of the guys that is in trouble, and the way that shit is looking like. It's a conversation, and I wanted to bring it here and just see what's y'all's thoughts on it. If y'all even are up on it, like what's your thoughts?
I'm a little bit, but I don't know, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Out of all the cases, this is probably the one I'm least.
least.
Yeah, you know, it's like some more celebrity shit, man. I don't know. I mean, if he, you know, it get tricky. Domestic shit get tricky for real.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you can only go off of like what you hearing online and stuff like that. But hey, man, all I can say in this particular situation is God bless, man. You know, hopefully they can find some type of resolution for the kids' sake. You know, because there's a young child involved. But you know, I feel like if they, you know, them being cordial amongst each other, if they can't figure that out, whatever, you know what I mean? But I feel like, you know, if they can figure something out for the kid, because from what I'm hearing is like she's preventing him from being able to see the kid, right? Is that what's being reported?
That's what
see, I don't know if he putting up old shit or, you know, or if he is seeing them and she's just in the cut while he's seeing them. Like, I've seen him with the kid.
Yeah, like in the beginning.
This just happened.
Yeah, all this stuff just happened.
But he's coming out also saying that, you know, he ain't been able to see his kid in 6 months. You know what I mean? He's saying shit like that.
Is it?
Huh?
You sure?
Yeah, I've seen him. I may have the
because
time
the
wrong.
kid's been on the stream.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's why I was like, well, I seen him, you know, with the Kais, and that's where I thought they initially had the blow up. She was like, "You got my kid on the stream, you know, without
But that was a minute
password."
ago, though.
That was a minute ago. That was more than 6 months ago.
They saying she put that out because she got caught with Brand.
She put what out?
Well, okay.
The abuse allegations.
Let's can we go to Brandy real quick before and kind of see Brandy's, you know, stance.
Yeah, because they saying that it's alleged that she was cheating on DDG.
Yeah, but there's some other stuff that she filed that's a lot more significant. But Brandy, let's see where you.
Oh, I don't know too much about this one. What I read was that she petitioned for the restraining order back in January. Mm-hmm. I remember him saying that she was keeping the kid away from him maybe like a couple months ago. She came out and said that she was sick and the baby was sick, like RSV or something like that, which is why she didn't have him at the house to see the baby because the baby was sick. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you want to keep newborns away from germs. Then I seen the allegations. I think the restraining order, the proof of that was the bruises on her arm and the chipped tooth. That's all I know.
Yeah, so, I mean, she's alleging that he was slamming her face against the steering wheel. It's pretty serious. And
she said another instance where I guess he sent her a picture from inside of her house. Like,
I didn't see that.
Took a picture of her bed,
I didn't see that.
alluding to, you know, oh, so this is what you've been doing. Like, I guess insinuating cheating or whatnot. You know, but again, I'm thinking at this point in time that they're broken up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for him to be in her crib, I'm wondering, like, did he break in or did, like, staff let him in? Like, because that's a wild thing to do. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know. The thing, what's the thing? We didn't talk about this whole idea of black women trying to take black men down.
Right.
We've talked about 3 different men who legally... you were found guilty of shooting somebody. Right. You beat your girlfriend up in a hotel room. Mm-hmm. There's evidence that you hit your baby mama and chipped her tooth. Right? So my thing is like, and even if this was the other way around, why don't y'all believe people who say that these things happen to them? And I'm not saying that people don't lie, but why is that the first thought? Like, there was niggas commenting on Holly's post saying like, oh, it's just a little piece of her tooth. What the fuck? Like, is that's okay to y'all? Like, y'all know niggas. I'm pretty sure all of us at this table know somebody who acts like that right now. I've been with somebody who acted like that.
Nobody that do that.
Yeah, not slamming somebody's face on the steering wheel. I think what it is though is like, I mean, when you hear stuff like this, you gotta take it serious. Like, I went to CNN because I just didn't want to get just the regular internet because the internet's going to internet.
I'm on Shade Room too much.
You are. Yeah. But it's okay. We need you.
Yeah,
stay there, please. We need you.
It's the same as academics. It's the same.
Yeah, it might be a little better. Because academics,
they're in the courthouse.
Academics is on the slit. He's on the slit. But I mean, I get it. I think what it comes down to, Brandy, is that sometimes before full stories gets out, judgment is already cast. The court of public opinion is more important than any other court in the United States of America right now.
Absolutely.
So I think that's a part of the problem. But like I said, when you got somebody saying that somebody slammed it, yeah, this is a terrible game. Slam somebody's face on the steering wheel. I don't care who did it. I think it's a problem.
So that's news to me. So that's
me either. I
didn't know
yeah,
about this.
I don't know about that.
I didn't hear that either.
So is that what's being reported as well? Is that what you just saw there on CNN? Yeah, that part right there was news to me. DDG, you know what I mean? How can I say, like, if he did it, you know what I mean, he needs to, you know, suffer the consequences that come with that.
Absolutely.
I don't care enough about DDG or Haley for that matter. I mean, what I do care about is that, yeah, for sure.
Is it
Chloe,
Yeah.
is that her name? Yeah. Now, if he did it to her, tag me in.
Y'all are sick. Y'all are so sick.
I'll go see him myself for her. Haley look kind of off to me.
I can't.
God bless them.
Yeah, God bless.
God bless.
Prayers to everybody, man. Like this.
Everybody.
Yeah,
Except Puff.
it's too much, bro.
It's too much, bro. Like,
It's been too much
shit.
this week. I can't.
And we still got one more. Like I said, we still got the Chris Brown shit to come out. I know we kind of talked about it a little bit, but Chris Brown, you know what I mean? It's London, right? He's in London. He went over to London. He's
Dumb early.
preparing for the Breezy Bowl, which is a stadium tour that he's putting together, or a global tour, I should say. He got over there. They say he was in the middle of rehearsing when he was detained. I don't know if he was necessarily like actually rehearsing, but he went over early for rehearsals and to get the business together for the Breezy Bowl. While over there, taken into custody, denied bail, and now we in a state of what's going to happen next with Chris Brown. I think I might have just said something a couple minutes ago, like, your past is your past. Like, it's going to play a part or a role in, you know, things that you do going forward, whether it be, you know, good or bad, or, you know, whether it be right or wrong that they use your past against you. Like, you know, that's just, you made your bed, you got to land it. You know, that's how I look at it. But like Brandy said, you know what I mean, I see the talk about Chris Brown online, like, and I hate this, like, and I got a feeling I know what y'all gonna say, but the thing that they tried to say is like, it was 20 years ago, like, it still happened. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I'm not saying that it didn't happen. You're supposed to erase it from your credit report. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that, you know, he doesn't get a chance to ever. Like,
some people don't get those type of chances. I think the only reason why he's even afforded, you know, these special conditions or chances is because of his talent. If he was just a regular person on the street, like, we wouldn't be vying for him to be like, not saying that we're saying like give Brown another chance, but the general public is like saying like, all right already, like his career took a big hit. Let him get back to doing his thing. Like, but I don't really think that's for anybody to say. You know what I mean? It's like, if he did it, he did it. Like, he got it. That's his thing. Like, it's on his jacket. You know what I mean? And
So because that's on his jacket, he shouldn't be afforded any more opportunity?
I'm saying he is afforded it because of his talent and his, you know, who he is. Like, if my man's like, you know, or even me, I'll use myself. If I had, you know, beat somebody, like, niggas wouldn't be campaigning. And again, like I said, I think it's more so of a talent conversation that's taking place here versus just a human being and his character. We think he should be afforded more opportunities because he's Chris Brown, right?
What opportunities has he not got? The Super Bowl?
No, what I'm saying is that, like, listen, he was, 17, 18 when this happened?
Something like that. Teenager, I believe. Yeah.
So it's going on 20 years, right, since that's happened. He hasn't had any more altercations.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Couple women.
He's in London right now for hitting somebody over the head with the bottle.
Yeah, but in our culture, we don't care about men as much as we do women. Like, he's not having these altercations with women, right? The problem is that he hit a woman. We don't care that he threw a bottle at Drake's head. We don't care about that, do we?
But I think something came out with Karuchi.
But I don't think people are holding Chris Brown. Yes, maybe there are some people who are holding what he did to Rihanna against him. He's repeatedly being charged with assaulting people. He hasn't tried to clean up his image.
Yeah, I disagree.
And he's still getting opportunities. Like what? He got into it with what's his name? A year ago? Quavo. Yeah. Got into it with Usher. Got into it, the Karuchi thing. You got the Rihanna thing. He's been assaulting. It's been a pattern. He hasn't stopped.
Okay, so you think that somebody like Chris Brown just winning his first Grammy means that he's not getting treated some type of way?
No, I'm not saying that. Yes, maybe he has.
Or you saying that he deserves?
He hasn't gotten some opportunities.
Chris Brown? Yeah. I'm not even the biggest Chris Brown fan. I think absolutely.
I mean, we would have to look at the people that was in the categories and see, like, because I don't want to sit here and say that he should have won it over such as whoever won it, or even if he was even nominated. Like, I don't even know how many years he's been nominated.
Right, I don't think he's been nominated.
And I think part of the nomination process is, if I'm not mistaken, y'all can let me know. Don't you have to submit your shit to even be eligible?
I don't think that he wouldn't be submitting his stuff.
You don't think?
But what I'm saying is that I think it's first of all, I'm not about to fight for Chris Brown. I'm not that big of a fan. But I think that after 20 years, we shouldn't be looking at him like this. Like, I think it's a different thing when it's women and it's men. I just do. Like, him assaulting a man is different from him assaulting Rihanna.
I mean, assault still carries the same definition, though, whether it be.
I'm talking about that court. That's the biggest court in America.
Oh, okay. The public, okay.
I don't think they mind him getting into it. I think didn't Tony Parker catch an L on this?
Who?
Tony Parker.
From Chris Brown?
Yeah, like it was like he was in the club, and this was when him and Drake was throwing bottles.
Oh yeah. A couple of innocent bystanders caught the 42, I think.
Yeah, so I mean, like that's how I see it. I don't know. I just think that
I need your Wi-Fi so I can look it up.
That's 81.
It's okay. But yes, Rihanna plays a part in it, the situation with that. But again, Chris Brown has steady been doing this since the stuff with Rihanna. It hasn't stopped. Perfect example. Let's use Ocho Cinco. He had that incident with Evelyn. Now, a lot of the times when Evelyn come out and say stuff, people breeze right past it. Changed behavior. The nigga ain't changed his behavior. Chris Brown is the cause of Chris Brown's issues. Like, ain't nobody doing nothing to Chris Brown. That nigga still got more resources than everybody in this room. Like, he ain't missing no opportunities that really make a difference. We gonna cry because he ain't get a Grammy until now? Who cares?
Yeah, that I don't care.
I think the people that care, which is not me, is his supporters. And that's who you're hearing that's out there being loud.
He's been nominated. He hasn't won up until now.
Well,
he won R&B album in 2012. That was after Rihanna. He won in.
So he has won a Grammy after the Rihanna.
Yeah, he won in 2012. Won in 2025. He's been nominated every time after that. It looks like he's been nominated almost every other year.
Yeah, I agree that he was always nominated, but that's it. I don't care enough about it. I mean, it is what it is. Him getting caught in London. I don't know.
That's his fault.
Bozo behavior.
Yeah, I think there's no way you don't do that on purpose, though. You think differently?
I have no opinion.
Why not?
You must be a breezy.
I'm just not really tapped in. I have no opinion. Nope, I have no opinion.
Because you knew you had a warrant in London, or your team knew, somebody knew. What would you go there for?
Yeah,
and if they do, like, fire all them niggas, like, y'all let me come over here to get arrested in London.
Is that even their fault though? Like, he's supposed to know better too. Like, I know that I did this.
It's the ego.
Before I go back, I gotta make sure I check it.
Yeah, he knew.
Why are you going back? Period.
When I heard it,
y'all not seeing
listen,
me ever
y'all
again.
see me. I'm not arguing for the nigga.
Unless it's on Amazon or Instagram.
Y'all know I'm Team Breezy, but I didn't understand it. I'm like, nigga, you knew this and you went over there. Like, what the fuck was going on?
I'm sorry, London. Like,
God bless, man.
Like I said, the rumors is that he's trying to work it out. Like, he trying to face the music. That's what his goal was.
that's why I pay a retainer fee.
I'm with you, Reese. I don't think you have to be present to go handle some legal.
Yeah, I wouldn't have went over there, brother.
I'm not turning myself in on a 2-year warrant over there. Like, no, go clean that up for me. If the people of London want to see me, clean that up. But I'm not going over there to go voluntarily.
Nominated in 2009. The nigga ain't missing no
then,
opportunities. Like
you would have thought, like, if so say he is in talks with him, like, there ain't no way that y'all going to deny me bail. All right, so I get over here and turn myself in. I know y'all going to arrest me, and now I can't even get out. They said the nigga got to sit in there because I think the judge said this is too high profile of a case or something, or it can't be handled in my courtroom, so we have to bump it up to another courtroom. And now they said the nigga got to sit in there till like June 14th. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he's dumb for that.
Super dumb.
It's weird.
What's up?
This is weird.
Brandy, I know you said earlier you wanted to ask me about something. I'm gonna give you a second to get into that because I wanted to. You said that's okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Good. That's fine with me. What was I gonna get into? Dez, Orange and Blue Skies. This is your opportunity.
I mean, it's not really much to say right now. We still have.
What was I saying? Because y'all acting like y'all done won the championship.
See, but that's what I don't like. And then now I have to say something.
Go ahead.
You know, niggas said we was done. Niggas thought Detroit was gonna knock us off. If we want to be technical, niggas thought Detroit was gonna knock us off.
I didn't. I thought Boston.
Boston. You know.
I mean, Boston beat themselves. Y'all played a part in it.
Yeah, I don't love it.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't like that.
Huh?
I don't like people
Why
saying
not?
that.
Huh?
Same way y'all beat yourself against Indiana.
That's cool. We got beat up though.
What you mean?
We physically got beat up. I feel like they beat us up.
So like, bro,
New York didn't beat up Boston.
They didn't.
Boston was up damn near 90 points throughout the whole, like the duration of the series. They led, 70% of the time. They had 20-point leads in 3 games.
That's bad coaching.
Yeah, bad coaching. Missoula, I don't know what he was on.
I don't want to take the win away from.
Yeah, it's like, but that's what I don't like.
I'm just saying
because
I seen
we
a
still
parade
have
already
to
in
get
New
it
York.
done. Most teams aren't going to go down 20 game 1 and game 2 on the road and win.
And game 3.
Yeah, we lost game 3 though.
And then y'all lost that by 25. Like so.
Right.
Again, I don't.
And then game 4 before Tatum got hurt. Let's be clear, we was up.
Y'all was winning. Y'all was in control.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So like, and I don't like that narrative either. It's like, come on, like
I'll give y'all credit for that.
4 of the games we played Tatum. 2 they was up 20.
I'm not
You know what I mean? But I feel like with this Indiana series, I think we're gonna get it done.
I got y'all being Indiana in 5.
I think we're gonna get it done. Yeah. Like we
not that impressed, but y'all let me down with it. But now that it's over with, I never thought Cleveland was for real anyway. I never did.
I feel like we match up well with Indiana.
I don't want, as much as I want his team to lose, I want Indiana to lose a lot more.
I feel like we match up well with them, man. We got the pieces.
They might out-physically though. I'm being real with you.
I don't know. The double big's been working. Mitch and Cat been getting it done.
Hey, Mitchell Robinson's trash.
He gets it done. He just can't hit free throws. He does his thing on defense and the rebound.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
We
Y'all
was
tuned
like,
out.
what is that?
We gonna circle back again.
I know. I know y'all tuned out.
What's so disgusting about what's happening on the screen right now? They're putting Caruso on Joker, and he's giving him.
Joker done showed me a lot that he flops a lot. Like I've been watching this
Why
series.
has he been so bad in this series?
Well,
I'm tired.
I've been telling y'all all
He
year.
looks like he's tired.
OKC is the number 1 defense across the board. Every defensive category, they're number 1 in. Like,
you don't think New York can beat Oklahoma City?
no.
They said we couldn't beat Boston.
I hate that.
Technically, yeah.
Dez is one of the more cooler New York fans.
Yeah. But so, Dez, I mean, explain this to me though. Like, why am I seeing so many parades though? Like,
nigga, bro, we haven't been to the Eastern Conference Finals since.
I mean, but y'all
2000.
Y'all didn't
Literally since 2000.
Y'all didn't win the Eastern Conference Finals. Y'all just
It doesn't
got there.
matter. We here.
Orange and
Bing
blue
bong,
skies.
nigga.
Yeah, orange and blue. Knicks tight.
Bing bong, nigga. We here, nigga. We going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Niggas said we wasn't gonna beat Boston. We beat Boston. The returning
and that's
champs.
why I think they're gonna look.
Niggas said that when we beat Detroit. This is why y'all gonna lose, because y'all celebrate like y'all won the championship. This is what we do, nigga. We the Mecca. We the fucking Mecca.
This is the problem. Because y'all not that good. And the way you talking, like y'all like y'all good, better than what y'all are.
Hey.
That's the problem. Humble yourself.
Hey. Y'all were only good during the regular season. When the lights got bright, when the lights got bright,
we ain't.
No, because Orlando was low key giving y'all a test for real. I'm sorry, Miami.
Y'all played the team.
They gave us
Miami. No, y'all didn't know. They was ass.
Their second best player was Duncan
Miami
Robinson.
was ass. They was playing team.
Duncan Robinson was their second best.
Miami was ass.
He's an 8th player off the bench.
Miami was ass.
Making $90 million.
Yeah,
y'all just got exposed, man.
We did.
Y'all got exposed. Y'all let Holly do what the fuck he wanted to do up there.
Nah, he was trash.
Too many white boys in Cleveland.
It is.
End of the day, like it's just too many white boys.
Yeah, I agree.
Boston, they're breaking that up.
Yeah. Oh, it's official.
Yeah, they're breaking that up.
It's official.
Jason Tatum getting hurt might save them from breaking it up as much as I thought that they would, but the way Porzingis looked, the way Jaylen Brown looked.
Porzingis was sick though. Like nigga couldn't breathe.
Get his sick ass out the arena. Like he looked terrible.
Yeah, he was fucked up.
Stinking it up.
Fucked up. But let's proceed because there's too much hate. I don't like the energy.
I think that y'all gonna win the Eastern Conference.
Okay.
And I think that y'all gonna win the whole thing.
Y'all don't let us do that.
I hope not.
Don't let us do that.
I might not be able to listen to Joe.
Don't let us do that. You might not be able to listen to me.
No, I can't. You all right. You're all right.
I'm really gonna let this nigga right here have it if we win it.
Why? Because he
okay.
what are you
talking about?
No, I don't know. I want you to say thunder up.
This is why you know that y'all doomed.
Because he's trying to know what I'm saying. Rick's like Joe. He's bad luck.
Yeah, he's bad luck. Put that phone down, man.
No, I'm happy. I'm happy for the Knicks because what I've seen in this playoff run is that
the NBA is better when they good.
Oh, for sure. And the fan base is the most lit. Like I love how the celebrities ain't too cool to be fans out there. You know what I mean? And,
they going crazy.
They going crazy. They look like a party in there every
Mikael Bridges been playing really well too.
Yeah. He better. They gave up 5 fucking picks for him. But man,
hey, you know who really impressed me though last series? OG.
I'm about to say OG.
Don't you do it. I see it on your face.
OG, he want to hate.
I see it on your
face.
The
only reason why I want to hate because you know what I heard? It might have been Jason Williams or Kendrick Perkins like, this is the 2025 Scottie Pippen. I was like, let me turn my channel. Like, how dare you?
Hey man, we about to beat Indiana. Yeah,
I hope so.
Knicks in 5.
I kind of want Indiana to get y'all because it's just Midwest, but y'all better than them. I got y'all.
It'll be listen, the ratings would be so bad if motherfucking Indiana go to the finals.
The Indiana versus OKC is
what?
Crazy.
That'd be terrible for the NBA. Yeah. It'd be all-time low ratings. Indiana versus OKC. No.
Still in basketball.
I thought we was getting out of here. She's over here. Look at there.
Yeah.
What?
She ready to go. What's poppin'? She ready to drink.
Talk about Goody Boy.
I ain't even going no more.
Okay.
Nah, she in that Goody Boy.
Michael Jordan joining the NBC cast.
I heard this.
I'm excited about it. Like I don't know why people thinking that he gonna get on there and throw shade. Like I've never seen Mike throw shade at nobody. Like so, I'm not expecting that from Mike. With the NBC cast, I'm just expecting, NBC coming back, so they trying to come back with a bang. And what better way to do it than to go get, the GOAT.
Gotta bring the theme music back.
Yeah, and they said they doing all of that. I like the cast that's coming with them. I believe it's Carmelo Anthony, Jamal Crawford,
Stay Mellow,
and a couple other people. You know what I mean? But I'm excited to see that. Like, I couldn't believe that they was able to pull that off. I couldn't believe that Mike was willing to do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's why I'm thinking it's going to be more so like spotlight.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
I don't think 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think they said he's going to be like select shows.
But I don't even think. Can you see Mike sitting down doing the whole fucking game? You know,
opening night.
Yeah, opening night. That's it. Like, you know what I mean? It might have to be in Chicago at that. You know what I mean? But
yeah, opening night. Like, I don't think we're gonna get much commentary from Mike like people think. I think he's just gonna spot dates.
Still in sports, real quick. Pete Rose reinstated by MLB.
Oh really?
Yeah. Pete Rose.
New rule.
Yeah, some type of new rule where now he's eligible for the Hall of Fame. I'm still feeling the way like if you ain't let Barry Bonds in yet, like. I get it, Pete Rose's shit was due to gambling.
But he was banned though. So the rule is that once you die, you can't be banned anymore.
But he been he only been dead a couple months, right?
This is a new rule they just came out with.
Oh, okay.
They saying starting now, last week, if you've died, you can't be on the ban list.
Oh, so
wait, did you say die like death?
Yeah. Do y'all think he's going to get in as a first ballot? Like when he's up, do you think the writers will let him in?
No, absolutely not.
No.
But he's not. He wasn't even eligible. Like Barry Bonds is eligible to get into the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Pete Rose was not.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think now that he's eligible that he'll get voted in?
Nah, not yet.
Not yet.
Which I mean, I feel like they should because
that's hypocritical.
Because sports gambling is here.
Fucking sports gambling that's going on, and I mean, I get it. He did bet on his own team, his own games.
Yeah, he's a sick nigga for that.
Yeah. Michael Porter Jr. His brother was betting on. I mean,
and that's why he's out of here.
But I'm just saying, Michael Porter was a part of it.
He was not, Reese.
No, he wasn't.
Why you throwing that spot on that man's name, bro?
Reese, you want to make it, if your family do something, you throw the whole family in it.
Because y'all be friends. So if y'all's brother hit y'all up, I got a play. Y'all don't think?
Absolutely not, Reese. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Did he say?
My brother, who's also in the
Michael
NBA.
Yeah.
Did he say?
All of it. Like, you don't just do this shit by yourself, Dez. I can't believe y'all be thinking niggas just so clean. Like, nah, he ain't had nothing. He don't know nothing about that. He ain't had nothing. Same way with old boy Miami, Terry Rozier and his dad. Like, y'all ain't hear about that story?
Yeah. Are they still investigating or did he?
I don't know if the
I think
investigation is over with. I don't know.
Because he was in the playoffs?
Yeah, he done sniffed the floor.
Oh, yeah, because Pat Riley was like, fuck that. Nigga,
Yeah,
you ain't about to sabotage us.
Reese put a whole case on Michael Porter Jr. just now.
But he loved putting cases on niggas. He just put a case. He put a case on Justin. Top of the show.
And y'all agree with it? Y'all agree with it?
He put a case on Justin, Brady.
You tricked me. I
believe
it.
Yeah, I think he did. What else did I see out there?
Reese is crazy, man.
This ain't really nothing to discuss, but I was sitting at the crib. I was watching Jay-Z, the B-side concert series, and it just further cemented, like, I know people was trying to say Drake is creeping up on him in the GOAT conversation and all that.
What do you
Drake?
doing?
Yeah, Drake. Yeah, there's people out there that say it. You know what I mean? Like,
that's crazy. But no, it's not crazy. What do you be doing, Reese?
I'm just out there.
He got
like you just watched a random concert from like 2015.
Yeah, the B-side concert. Yeah. Yeah. Well, y'all niggas kill me. Everything. What y'all do? So y'all get on YouTube and y'all don't look at nothing?
I don't think it's crazy. I don't think it's crazy. I think it's funny that Blaze is pressing you about it. I don't think it's crazy.
Hey, no, I'm just saying. I mean, like the pop out. I watched it recently. Maybe the Versus.
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And those are historical times in hip hop. The B-side concert.
I'm just saying it's random. I'm not mad at you. I'm just thinking it's random that you just was randomly watching the B-side concert.
Sometimes things will come up. I'll be on, my algorithm will pick something up on social media, and it'll be a clip from Jay-Z, the B-side concert. Like, oh shit, I want to go, check that out. So I'll go over there and go watch it, and then it'll lead me to like.
So you think that because of that, you watched that concert just further cemented the fact that Jay-Z's the GOAT?
It was just the fact of these wasn't nowhere near even the hits and how impactful the records were, and just to see his pull and just
what do you mean? Like, what do you think that he has that Drake doesn't? Because you're talking about Drake.
He got a lot that Drake don't have. Like, pause if need be.
I know what it is. I want to know if you like your opinion.
For one, I mean, I think the first criteria for me when it comes to that of hip hop being the GOAT is just being the ultimate, MC. And I think when it comes to that, Drake is not there with Hov. Is Drake a spitter? Absolutely. And even I want to get into that. I don't know if it was you or Dez that threw that in there with Styles. Like I'm kind of sick of Styles too. Like, 'cause Styles is a little confused about himself. Like, Styles ain't that type. He's nice, but do y'all consider Styles one of them ones when it comes to MCs?
In comparison to Jim Jones, absolutely.
I think him and Jim Jones is on the same level right now. Where Jim Jones is at right now.
Reese, hey man, I love. Hey, you made a hell of a partner. I'm loving it. But goddamn it, they're not, bro.
So tell me what Styles is what Styles do. Like, so go give me Styles' old stuff. But I know you're not listening to all of Jim's new stuff. Jim is on par with him rapping right now of where Styles is at right now. Was he better than him before? Absolutely. But Jim has caught up to him.
No. But
You're saying no. Y'all can't
Well,
tell me
because
nothing about what Styles is doing.
because I feel like you're doing that off of recency bias. Like,
And
Jim
y'all
is more
doing it
active.
off of legacy, off of what he did in his past.
How can you not?
no, I'm doing it off the fact that my opinion is that Styles P is a much better rapper.
And what are y'all basing? I'm asking y'all. What are y'all basing off of? Give me
the rapping.
Okay, y'all know where I'm gonna go if y'all keep saying that.
Catalog.
Yeah, like the
Y'all not about to talk to me about Styles' catalog because neither one of y'all know his catalog. Neither one of y'all.
I'm not. When it comes to like the 2020s,
that doesn't mean you won an argument.
when it comes to the 2020s, was I
2015s either.
Was I actively listening to a Styles P project? No.
I don't like what you're doing. Anyway, back to Jay-Z and.
No, let's stay with Styles. We can leave Jay alone. Jay is cement.
Well, I mean, my take on Jay is short. Jay has substance, Drake doesn't. Okay, moving on. Styles.
Okay.
You don't think so, Daria? I mean, you're allowed to be a part of this conversation.
Yeah, y'all can get into this stuff. Like,
I'm biased when it comes to
Drake is
so
pop. Drake's not hip hop to me.
You said he's pop?
Yeah, he's more of a pop artist.
I don't. He is pop, but he's still hip hop to me.
Fair enough.
But I want to get back to the style shit. Like, I don't even like how y'all try to dismiss Jimmy and saying that he ain't on Styles' level. Like, and only thing I'm asking y'all is, what are y'all basing that off of?
Maybe you didn't hear me the first time I said it, so I want to make sure I reiterate it to you.
I'm listening.
The raps, the rapping, the iconic appearances on great songs, the verses.
The iconic appearances on great songs. Iconic. You
Iconic.
saying Styles got iconic appearances?
100%.
You in agreement?
I'm not. I want to hear you.
That's just a question.
I want to hear you. I just feel like Styles is a better rapper than Jim Jones.
I'm not trying to convince y'all if he's a better rapper. I just said Jim is on par with him. And my initial argument.
I do like what Jim Jones is putting out in the current climate at this point in his career. I think it's
who
amazing.
do you prefer right now?
I mean, but Styles don't really rap no more. He's not active.
Okay.
He's not.
Styles got 30 projects.
Right, but he don't. But I can't tell you. Yeah.
So
but he's not active.
Finish with that statement.
But he's not active.
I can't tell you about the last.
Because didn't Styles like retire or something? Like he put out his last project like a couple years ago.
Y'all got him on the God MC level. Like
we can do that. We don't do that. Don't do the Reese. Don't do the Reese.
So did y'all agree with the clip that y'all put in the chat?
Yeah, for sure.
He said he does a different type of rapping. That he's an MC.
He does.
He do.
And the only thing I'm asking y'all is give me the examples.
What do you mean? His first one, we gonna make it. He wasn't going crazy. Okay, all right. Iconic.
It's an iconic song. You right.
Banned from TV. It's not iconic.
I can't tell you what Styles said on Banned from TV. He wasn't a standout for me on Banned from TV.
Give us some Jim verses.
BMF. It wasn't an iconic appearance on BMF.
Give us classic Jim verses.
Okay. Locked Up was an iconic appearance on Locked Up.
No.
Give us classic Jim verses.
Yeah.
Give you classic Jim records.
Verses. Like something that he was saying that was just like, damn, it needs snap with that one.
You can go listen to El Capo, any of these last 4 projects, the Lobby Boys, any of that.
Nah, Lobby, come on, bro. Lobby Boys wasn't.
I wish we could pull the files. I wish we had the ability to pull the files of this man like Jim getting busy on Lobby Boys. I wish we had the ability.
But if we compare it to Styles, it's like
But that's what I'm asking.
But we're comparing the bars. Like Jim don't like. Listen, Jim is good at what he does.
Y'all keep walking yourself into it.
Jim is good at what he does, but I feel like Styles is a better.
What are the bars?
And you haven't given us any Jim bars. We asked you for Jim bars. You won't give.
So y'all not gonna give me none? Is that what you're saying? Because we can move on.
Are you gonna give us any Jim?
We can move on.
Yeah, let's move on. Because you're not right.
Because you don't know Jim bars.
Right, you don't. You don't even know the balling verse.
My argument, he wasn't spitting on that. That's not spitting.
And that's what Styles is saying. And that's Styles' point.
But Styles wasn't spitting on BMF either. And he brought up BMF. That's not spitting. Guns like Red Dead Redemption. That's not spitting.
I don't want to do this because I like Jim Jones, and I see.
No, but he thinks that because like we don't want to go back and forth with him that he's winning the argument.
No,
we just choose not to go down this route with him.
That's fine.
I thought he was spitting.
But I don't want to do this because I do like Jim Jones, and this is going to make it seem like I don't like Jim Jones.
Jim Jones could never rap again in his life. I could care less.
See, I'm not with him on that. I'm not with him on that.
So if Styles never rapped again, you would feel away?
Probably.
All right, next topic. Yeah. Right.
Magic Johnson don't know.
No, I'm saying like Jim's, you can take his whole catalog and just throw it like it never happened. I'll be fine with it.
I can't do that.
You can't do
Reese,
that. Like,
look.
It's my opinion.
I'm not going that far.
You just said you just watched the verses the other day. Like,
not for Jim Jones.
7 Lennox, and what about the East Side?
I don't need none of that.
That's all I got today. We ain't gonna stay too much longer.
We got a real talk for these ladies.
I had some, but I wasn't really prepared to really go at them. Feel free if y'all got something that y'all want to throw them on the blender.
No, I don't. I didn't.
I did have one question.
I don't like their energy when women are in the building because I'm tired of that. I don't like when podcasts turn into men versus women.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that. I do got a question. I'll present a question that we can.
But I do like to hear like women's point of views on certain stuff. But I don't want it to turn into like a.
Right.
Let me ask you this: this for everybody in the room.
Get money podcast.
What?
For everybody, I do got a question. Have y'all got to the point to where you're getting to know your parents outside of being your parent, right? Versus, you looking at them as mom or dad, but you're looking at them now as an individual, like, or what they may be processing or what they may be going through, just not being your mom or your dad. Have y'all got to that point of relationship with them?
Yes.
How was that for y'all? Like, when did you get to that point, and was there a certain situation or something that took place that made you be like, hold up, let me step back from this, and what was that like for you, if you don't mind?
You want me to go?
Go ahead.
I think with my mom, when I started therapy, that had came up in therapy for me, and I told my mom that like I wanted to know who she was just outside of being a mom. Yeah. But when I said that, not realizing that my mom had her first child at 17, and my mom's 63 now, so majority of her life she's been a mom, and so it's been fun to watch my mom's not 63, she's 65. My apologies. It's been fun to watch her figure out the things that she likes to do and what she's interested in. Me and her just recently had a conversation about her wanting to be a life coach. I'm like, do it. Like, we grown. We out the house. Do whatever you want to do. So that's been fun. With my dad, it probably started a few years ago. Our listeners know me and Dario had a whole episode about daddy issues and all of that. And I used to go to my dad's house, and we would just sit and we would smoke and we would talk, and he would just start telling me about his life growing up and like all of the things he went through. And so it kind of painted a picture for me on how he got to be the man that he is today, and how he showed up, or lack thereof at times, how he showed up in my life. But now we're in like a really good place where like I just get to see him just be a man and not my dad all the time. So that's been cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
I can't say I've had that experience with my dad yet.
Shout out to your mom though. She fine.
But my mom, I think it started with us just because me and my sisters and my mom would like get together, and we used to do these things called shadow work, where we would have like a prompt and we would just all talk about our experience. And then my mom just like realized some of the things that she did, like raising us, wasn't right. And we would just talk about it. And she would tell us about her upbringing and how her parents were, and how, that made her the mom that she was to us. So it was a lot of healing. And now I just see her differently. And I don't really blame her for the things that for the areas that she lacked growing up. So my mom is like my best friend. I love her.
Yeah, me too. That was just giving me TakeControl vibes just now. Like that gave me take control vibes. They kind of went take control on us just now. It was nice.
We was being honest.
No, I'm not. First of all, I've told y'all. So let me go ahead and say this on here. So I had Dario send me the podcast a couple of weeks ago, and at first I was judgmental of this podcast, and the reason why is because I look at them as like the female version of what we're talking about. That's not who they are, right? And once I got past that, I was able to actually enjoy their podcast because I be wanting them to be like, we're naturally like funny and we're ridiculous or whatever. That's not who they are, but I do appreciate the product that they have available. Like, and now that I'm loving that they're on video, I just need. I'm gonna go and say this too, because
we talked about it earlier, but I really didn't get into it. Did you see us that way because of Lynn? I'm trying to figure out where you.
That's
got
what
that
I
from.
said. That's what I said.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Finish what you were saying. Go ahead.
I'll address. I won't forget where I was at. Maybe I just kind of, y'all was always like our sister podcast. Like even when we would do other podcasts with like other female podcasts, y'all still was always our. I mean, y'all came to the radio station.
Yeah.
Like y'all was around from the beginning, so we just always kind of. And by the way, y'all was super turned up at the radio station. Well, Darielle was super turned up at the radio station, and so yeah, you was from the door. From the time you came in before you even sat down, you was lit.
I remember.
Like we started arguing from the beginning.
I don't remember.
Yeah, she was going crazy.
That wasn't the shot. That was with T and Bridget, wasn't it?
What? No, that was with them.
No, that was with them. That was at Darielle.
Yeah, that was at Darielle.
Was it?
Yes.
He was like, baby, you shouldn't be dealing with that, baby.
Yeah, that
Shout
was
out to my brother.
Work.
Shout out to my brother. Shout out to my brother. And so that's why I say it that way.
Got you.
And I know who. I have a actual genuine friendship with Darielle, so I know how she is, and I know she's more like us than what she portrays sometimes on the podcast, and so that's the reason why I be on her.
Fronting on
She's not fronting. I don't want to say front. Fronting is too harsh of a word. But she's just more reserved on the podcast, and I don't understand why, because she doesn't have like stuff going on that will prevent her from being, her natural self. She's just a little self-conscious about being herself, which I think herself is amazing because she's my friend. So like that's how I see it.
You're gonna get judged no matter what you do. Trust me. You gonna when you get on like these mics and when you do this type of shit, no matter what you do, people gonna have they're gonna try to form some type of opinion and stuff of you. I mean, I get it. It's easier said than done because I dealt with that for a long time. But I just think I'm turning into an old grumpy nigga because now I just don't be giving a fuck no more. So it's just
I ain't really been on the gram in the last 2 weeks. I ain't gonna hold you.
So I just be like, I mean, I'm not gonna do nothing that's not me. But it's just I'm gonna do me. You feel me? Is he hate it or love it?
So between who I know her to be and Lynn from back in the day, that is like kind of like us. You know what I mean? So not to say, Brandon, that you're that different. It's just that you just got a different standpoint. I like your standpoint. I know that you are heavy in church, but you don't come off as churchy.
I appreciate that because that's not how I want to come off.
Yeah, you don't come off as that.
No, when you were saying it earlier, I was thinking about, and maybe that's something that me and her need to, and Kim as well, need to explore because I'm like, I never really considered like how we show up as podcasters, if that makes sense. Yeah. Like I don't ever feel like I reserve some things that I just don't feel like I want to put on air. Yeah, but I never really thought about like, do we show up as our full selves on Take Control? Mm-hmm. And maybe that because of the premise of what the show was supposed to be about, and but you listen to some people and they're like, oh, y'all used to be wild and crazy. I'm like, maybe.
Sometimes the topics sometimes the topics will kind of lead you into that too. Like I get on her about some of the topics. It's like some of the times y'all need to actually speak about what's going on in y'all's personal lives, not necessarily exposing. Like you don't have to expose everything. Like I went through a whole divorce and never spoke about it on the podcast until afterwards, right? Mm-hmm. Like you don't have to expose everything, but you want people to get to know you. People think that they know Reese. They do.
I just don't know what y'all want to know.
I want to know you, like I know you by looking at the podcast. I don't need to know everything about you. I don't need to know how you are with. Well, maybe like people know how Reese is with Christian, right? They know how Dez is with his nieces and nephews. They know how he feels about certain topics. They know that he hates Meek Mill.
Man, I hate that's not true.
Even if it's not
and
true.
Jim Jones.
Yeah. No, even narrative man.
Even if it's not true, like this, they didn't get this from nowhere. They get it from the podcast. Like, I want to know things about y'all. Like, I want to know that you don't like freaking Tory. I know that now. Like, I know that you don't like Tory. It doesn't matter how great of a song you make. It doesn't matter.
She fuck with Breezy either.
Not really. She didn't really mess with, it was like all of them. She wasn't really messing with for a minute. But that's okay because that's who.
But I understood it though. Not to cut you off, but but you know what? You know what? And this is why it's we love to have a woman's voice. You feel me? Because I understood Brandy's stance on the Chris Brown thing. I didn't look at it from that perspective, but when you put that on the table, I'm like, damn, Brandy got a point. I felt you like. And
I still like it.
I know. We just give you grief. But I didn't see it from that lens. So once you painted that picture for me, I'm like, okay, I see what she's saying. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I just we just want to know y'all better. And Dario, it's you. You are such an eclectic person.
It's not clicking for me. I don't know what y'all want. I don't know what y'all want from me. I don't. I feel like I share stuff.
No, we're not saying that. I think, I mean, and I said it off the mic, I said it again. I feel like you overthink. I feel like you don't just let it flow.
I do overthink.
Who, Dario? No.
But Dario, that's the issue. It's like I can hear you overthinking on the podcast.
If it's lit, then it's lit.
You gotta just let it flow.
We need to know.
You gotta just let it flow. Like I said, I'm not saying that you gotta open the vault and just let people all into
Brandy,
your
she has a lit weekend.
There's no in between. It's either I'm not going to share or I'm going to share too much.
That's wild for you to say that.
That is wild for you to say. You got to find that balance.
Like, what you mean you're going to share too much?
Just saying.
You could not talk
It's all or nothing with me.
No,
I feel like that's
we can know more about you. We don't necessarily need to know bedroom stuff and like that, but we want to know more about your personality. I mean, I don't, but
you do a podcast, man.
You do a podcast.
You're in the media. You're in the public eye.
Our listeners are coming. Like, if something happens to Jim Jones
our
this week,
listeners know me.
Huh?
Somebody just sent me something the other day and was like, "This is you." I never met her a day in my life. She knows me from the podcast, from social media.
Imagine if she really knew you.
Right.
Imagine if she knew you because there's nothing you can do to me.
Yeah.
Or say to me that's gonna stop me from
Y'all know me like that because we're all cool. We're all like family.
But let me ask you this. Are you also getting that observation off of one episode? Do you constantly listen to?
He getting it off of one episode.
No.
Okay.
No.
I don't know.
This has been my opinion of her for quite some time.
Oh, okay.
I think
I'm going off of, I'm not going to lie. My recent comments are going off of one episode.
So do y'all want to discuss, like, what's the episode? Like, what was it?
Well, I listened to the episode. They had Murph. Shout out to my guy, Murph.
Big shout out to Murph.
That wasn't a good one to judge.
But I mean,
what happened on the episode? I haven't heard it yet.
Nothing crazy.
Nothing
happened.
bad. It's not a.
I didn't talk about it.
But Daria wasn't like she was just.
I was irritated.
She wasn't talk Reese, bro. Like I said, Brandy did her thing. I like what Kim was doing. I was like, okay, all right, fuck with Kim. Brandy went up there. Brandy had to take over. Brandy said, "Give me the rock, let me take over." Brandy did her thing. Darielle, I was like, who the fuck is this, bro?
And you get that sometimes, bro.
Bro,
she's gonna be PC no matter what.
Bro, that's why I jumped in the chat, Blaze, because I was like, who the fuck is this on this podcast, bro? This is not Darielle. Who is this, bro?
What was the
said that I could have said more?
What was the conversation? That's what
she was just asking. Like I said, she was asking questions, Reese. Mm-hmm. But then she wouldn't give her opinion on the goddamn question.
I disagree.
You got me want to go back and listen to it.
No, for real.
Well, and let's be clear, it wasn't a bad episode at all.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the episode. I feel like for y'all's podcast, y'all needed that too. Like as a man listening to the episode, it was dope to hear a man's voice with.
Was it Venus versus Morris?
No. It was just like the opinions on dating now and how do you view love and like just. Hearing those perspectives.
I mean, we tried to get that out of her earlier in the show when you said your dating life was in shambles and you didn't want to really elaborate.
So it wasn't like a Venus versus Mars show at all, Reese. It was just like, but I guess, like I said, it's gonna be skewed for us because we know Darielle. So it was just like you can just kind of just see her like.
We don't know her as dating though. Like we know her, in other aspects, but we don't know her.
You said we don't know her as what?
As far as the dating goes. All right, let's.
What's funny?
Don't put that camera on me. I'm sorry. I was doing a text message. I wasn't paying attention. My fault. I mean, as her friend, yes, I know her. We talk about
her as her friend. Life. Yeah, I know her as her friend.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Where are we going with this?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like,
yeah, I agree with you, Reese. I mean, I do know her on that level because we talk.
okay.
We she's blaming me for something at this moment, but it's okay. I can handle.
Oh, okay. So this is really something else.
Yeah, they got their own little thing.
Yeah, this is my friend. This is really my friend.
Okay.
He gave me bad dating advice.
I did not.
But we're not gonna talk about it. Cause
we don't want to.
No, Des walked in on you.
Nah, yeah, no.
Is that bad?
Never can't talk about it.
Yeah, wait, nah.
I gave her great advice. I'm Counselor Blaze.
Got to take innocent on this one.
Did you seek advice elsewhere? No.
I took the advice and it did not go
advice.
the way I wanted it to go.
It doesn't go the way she wanted. Doesn't mean it's not great advice though.
What's up?
Just because it didn't go the way she wanted it to go does not mean it wasn't good advice.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you gotta get to the bottom of stuff right away. We gotta stop wasting time.
I agree.
At this point in the year, we too old in the game now, so it's just like.
You don't agree, Darius?
But I've already made it clear that I feel like I'm not dating seriously. Didn't I say that on our show? You did.
What they call it?
Oh, you were lying on your podcast.
What you mean?
You said it on your show.
I said it on the show with Merv.
Oh yeah, so you was. Oh, okay, I got you. We'll talk about it.
You said no. Well, now I want to get into it. Now y'all done kind of pulled me into the conversation. You saying that you're not dating seriously?
Not necessarily. No.
You having fun? Like Brandy. Brandy said she was.
I'm having fun, and it's not to say that I don't take the people that I date seriously or that I don't like them. Like. But I feel like I don't date the people that I can be with long term.
I think that you need to hand over.
Are you choosing these people or like?
Yeah, no. I think she needs to hand over power of attorney to me.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Hand over power of attorney is crazy.
Because what you just try to compare her and Brandy's doing two different things.
It's two completely different things.
It couldn't be more different.
Okay.
And I'll just leave it at that. Yeah? Just say yes. Y'all doing the same thing? Yeah. See, this is the part. See, people want to know what's going on.
I think the difference is the people she dates and the people that I date.
What do you mean by that?
That's the difference.
What do you mean, though? Give me an example of what you mean when you say that.
She probably dates with intentions, and she probably dates people that.
She's having fun with it. I don't date with intentions. She said top of the show. She out having fun.
You're dating with more intentions than her.
Let me stop.
It's a fact.
Go ahead.
We'll talk about it later. You sure?
Tell me in my ear.
While she's telling your ear, I'm gonna let you know that she's dating with more intention.
Dario is.
Than she's.
Go ahead. I'm fine with that. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I think the only difference between Dario and I is that I know when to leave a situation that does not make sense for me.
Yeah. How you feel about that, Dario?
I agree.
All right.
I just like what I like. I can't.
But I think you alluded to it on the last show. You said something along the lines of like something stable feels boring. Something along those lines. Something stable seems boring to you.
Let me get that statement one more time.
Why you want to hear it again?
I just want to make sure I heard it correctly.
I think you heard it correctly. Go ahead.
She said something stable feels boring to me. Like I'm just used to certain shit. I'm used to chaos. I'm used to inconsistency, and that just goes back to just my childhood.
Is that what you like? Or is that what you're used to?
This is what I'm used to.
That's what she's comfortable.
Yes.
But do you enjoy that?
I mean, to a certain extent, obviously, if I'm still dealing with it.
No, that don't mean you enjoy it. You know what I mean? Cassie didn't seem to be enjoying, like, I know that's an extreme parallel, but she wasn't enjoying it.
It doesn't make me happy all the time.
Okay.
But it's what I'm used to. And I like a certain type of man that you really can't take serious.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's super interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, I was like,
I like a certain type of man
that I can't take serious. Like, what's there to like? I'm just trying to. Yeah.
Hey, listen.
Man, keep doing what y'all do. You heard that?
Hey, listen. I'm keeping playing.
Okay.
I'm not gonna put this is my people. There's sometimes Dario will call me and tell me about a situation that she's embarking, and I'm like, you're not being for real. This is not a serious thing. and that's what we get. Like, this is not a real thing. Like, you're not. But I love you.
My God.
And the people want to know.
They want to know.
They don't need to know your business, but they want to. They smack them. They need to know that you.
Well, I feel like since y'all feel that way, maybe one of y'all should come on the show. Since we doing this whole guest series.
Why does
Dan said he was gonna come.
I ain't no problem coming.
Told you. 20 niggas going booty them boys.
Am I out the hot seat now?
You was never in it.
Yeah, he was in it.
I was.
This was last week?
Yeah, because she's probably scared to death that more information will come. And it's not coming up.
I ain't open my mouth. I just sat back and listened.
I can't believe Brandy kind of opted out of her question, but it's cool.
What was
her
my
question?
question?
You had something that you wanted to address, and Reese is very cool with you.
Yeah, I was cool with it, but you know.
I was just gonna say, shout out to your girlfriend, cause you've been out here with your toes out on the islands. You ain't had your hat on. I feel like you just stepped into your real grown man. So if she can say, shout out to you, cause he's turning into a man.
Hey.
And she's watching, so she's
That's all. That's all.
Hey, they love the Reese roll out. That's what.
Like,
Hey, when you had the bean out though, that was
it was.
He's embarked a whole new journey.
Hey, I'm gonna be real with you. He's my blood. I forget that he's bald sometimes. Sometimes I forget.
I said, oh yeah, my nigga drunk in love.
You know when I see my cousin without a hat on?
I ain't
Funerals.
never seen. I knew Reese when he had hair. I never seen a nigga without a fucking hat, bro.
Lies. We don't get at events together.
Right.
With an ill turtleneck on.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah. Hey, you did your thing that day too. They like the bean. When the bean come out, it brings out
Special occasion.
Oh, the audience.
Special occasion. I don't know what to say to that. You know.
No, I'm happy for you.
They said
I'm happy for
Reese
you.
roll out.
It's not really a rollout, bro. I wouldn't call that a rollout.
It was kind of a rollout because I was like,
It's
I like it.
Brandy, don't even.
Hold on, babe. To say
Have
that.
a conversation with him.
Was it a soft launch or was it a
No.
He had major launches.
No.
Only thing is, though, see, what I don't like what that insinuates, because that makes it seem like on the other side of that it was something else. Like, so what was I before that? I guess.
What do you mean?
Because to say that I like this Reese that I'm seeing, as far as your toes is out, you doing this.
They can't say they want to. They like saying you happy, my brother.
That's not what she said.
Okay, my fault.
That's not what she said.
I mean, essentially, that's what I'm saying. I like to see you happy. I feel like before her, you know, it was kind of low key. It'll be a lot of off-air conversations between us family, the group. You know, we'd be over here. That's it. And then it was just like, I like that. I like that.
I mean, I won't sit here in front and say that there hasn't been some growth, you know, some changes, some maturing. You know, I mean, every day, you know, I'm striving to be a better person. So, you know, maybe we can credit that to.
That's what a good woman to do to you.
Yeah, hey, facts. A good woman in your corner, having your back by your side, will definitely bring out.
What's the problem, bro? You good?
Yeah,
Hey, no, you ready?
I'm not even laughing at him. I was laughing at something else. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, but shout out to my bro. You see, shout out to her.
So we're gonna have 2 weddings.
Girl, you got.
What she say? 2 weddings?
Yeah, it's not me. It's all right.
Well.
Yes. No.
We'll see.
I tried.
You know what? You just leave it there. We're gonna leave that.
I tried.
Let's leave that alone.
Ladies and gentlemen, this.
Yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up. How long was the show?
2 hours.
Y'all want to
30
get it?
minutes.
We on everybody right now.
I tried that.
Who
I
next?
tried that. I'm gonna get married though. I'm gonna get married. I gotta have like.
Said you are?
I'm gonna get married one day.
Are you?
Who?
You. I'm looking at you.
That's the plan. That's the plan.
Great answer.
Yeah, that's definitely the
My
plan.
name media train. I like. Hey, that nigga. Yeah, but not, you know, there. You know what I mean? You know, that's insane.
Yeah,
So you sound like
what color tux? You know.
I seen like this like purple like it's like a purple black type of joint. I'm gonna show you. Deion Waiters had this suit on, and I screenshotted it.
Oh, okay.
And I want to kind of emulate that.
One.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, like that.
Yeah. So I but this is the thing though. I think I'm not gonna have a big wedding, but I'm gonna have a big reception. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. I'm with that.
I can see that.
Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Because it's just like
I've been saying that for years though.
yeah, because it's like when I be seeing like all the money people be spending on weddings, I'm like, nah, that's not happening. I'm not doing that.
I mean, since we're talking about weddings and
but I want my reception to be like grand.
What's your thoughts on engagements? Like sometimes people take the engagement route because you want to give yourself some time before the wedding. You want to get things in order. You know what I mean? But do y'all feel like if it's not necessarily I don't want to say issue, as far as finances or anything like that, but if the person is the one, do y'all feel like just go get married? Like, or do y'all feel like it should be the whole formal engagement, a period of time leading up to the wedding and everything? Do y'all just feel like if that's the one, like what we waiting on?
I wouldn't mind just going to get married. I never really cared to have a wedding or none of that. Because I feel like it's like more for other people.
Right. I think the same thing. Like the wedding is not
very expensive. Engagements can be expensive too. It really just comes down to whoever your person is that you're trying to, make happy, right? Some women ain't on it. Some women want.
Yeah, I mean, because everything is looking like just an event now. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean. And I don't know if I'm really with that. You know what I mean? Like, it's
a lot
of wasted money. You know what I mean? You look back like, why we do that dumb shit?
Wasn't cheap.
Anything in closing? Like, I don't have anything else. I did have a clip, but I'm gonna say that till next week because I don't even know how long it is. Do y'all got anything that we missed? Any announcements? Any birthdays? Anything coming up? Y'all want to plug the show and let them know where they can find y'all at? Throw the socials and everything out there.
We are on YouTube now.
Dope. I see y'all live in the flesh.
Forever.
That's super dope. I love that y'all. What made y'all decide to take that route versus just doing the audio? Like,
I think we always had it in the plans to, but I think at first we cared too much about our appearance and felt like we just had to come like dressed up, makeup, all that. Like we were just overthinking it. So we just never made it a priority.
All y'all was on it? Like all three of y'all was like overthinking like that? You know what I want? I found out what I want from you on the podcast.
What?
TikTok Dario.
No.
TikTok Dario came up last time, and I still never made my way over there to figure out.
I want y'all to be very clear. There's nothing salacious or anything about her TikTok. She's just speaking without a care in the world.
Well, she do that in her statuses too. Like,
okay.
What is
now that you put it that way, I can kind of see that because like my sister, my friends, they be like, I love her on TikTok. She just say whatever, like
about me.
Yeah, but I don't feel like you've not like that on the podcast. I mean, to a degree, I feel like you openly will admit that like you're unhinged in like the best possible ways, though. But I think that's like the dynamic between the three of us, and it works. Like, but I see what they're saying.
Okay.
Because you're just your natural self. And you're not saying nothing to me. I never see you say nothing on TikTok. That was crazy. Like, oh my God, I'm about to hit 17 clubs this weekend. Y'all coming with me? It's always like, yo, I was talking to my son the other day, and this is my point. Or I'm shopping here, and I didn't like this, or whatever. It's just normal, but it's you.
Let me tell you the statuses that I see.
Please.
Is I wish these niggas would get out my face, or I wish these niggas would leave me alone.
That's the Dario that I know.
And I'm always just wondering, like, she must be having a rough time out there in that nightlife. Like, you know what I mean?
Have
like,
no
every
idea.
other day I'll be seeing a different status. Like,
where's the status at?
I don't know if like when I go to my
stories
DMs,
and my notes.
When I go to my DMs, like it'd be a gang of bubbles up top.
That's the notes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And some people really be like, she's one of the ones that, you know,
I never put nothing up there.
me neither. You know what I mean? Like I didn't really even know how to until a couple of days ago. But I be seeing music and all that shit up there. You know what I mean? But,
Yeah. I thought I haven't seen you put music up there. Yeah. It's in space.
technically,
It's my brother every time. Like, there's right there.
Well, you can go you can
go anonymous.
Yeah, if you want to.
I did it a couple times.
But sometimes I don't because I be acting like I'm about to get on the stage. You know. Sometimes I be.
Oh, you up there like that when they pull you up on the stage?
I mean, I'm trying
I know
to
it
look
was.
at that. So sometimes they be. I don't be liking the reviews they be giving the Joe Budden podcast.
Paul Pierce, Bagweiler, Met Gala came in good. Rodney Hinton. I did want to talk about that, but we'll put that off. Dude in Cincinnati, his son got killed by the police, and he came back and ran over the deputy and killed him, I believe. So that's a big thing going on. And it was right up the street in Cincinnati. So. But
What we talking about?
We let him cook. Don't let him rock. We let him do his thing.
did y'all finish with plugging the show and everything? I want to make sure everybody know where they can find y'all.
Oh yeah, you probably honestly, because when I search Take Control on YouTube, I don't think we have enough views yet for it to pop up. So you probably have to go to YouTube through our Instagram page, but on every platform is Take Control Podcast.
Is that spelled a certain way or?
Just Take Control Podcast, no spaces.
But I think if you searching on Apple Podcasts, Take Control is
Oh,
one
yeah,
word.
yeah.
Interesting podcast, man. We want to make sure we support them.
Always. Dario will be out there. Football season is approaching.
Absolutely.
Oh, she one of the moms out there?
Absolutely. I'm heavily
One of the
involved.
moms, for sure. Yeah. No, it's not.
Oh,
It's not.
I'm sorry.
Whatsoever.
She's,
Well, one.
she's leading the league out there.
Not no more. All them hoes left.
I ain't gonna front. Listen,
Because
first day I got out there, to the cover, I'm like, wow. I'm like, where's those kids at? Did those kids quit or what? I ain't seen the moms at a single game. But, I'm just doing something. Shout out Memphis Sharks, man. If you got a kid and you're trying to get them into a winning program, bring them over there. We will be back.
This summer.
You said you will be there, right?
Yeah. We for life. I've been out there since my oldest was like 5'6". He's about to be 15. So.
Fellas, it's been fun. Good show today. Any announcements? Any birthdays? Anything that y'all want to put out there? Anything y'all want to?
Oh, my birthday's coming up.
What's coming up?
Oh, that's my birthday.
June 7th.
June 7th.
I'll be 35.
35. That's it. Yeah,
Please,
you're younger than me.
Because I'm going to forget your birthday.
You know what? I don't even want you to tell me happy birthday.
Okay, let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it
Yeah.
up.
Fellas, it's been fun. Shout out to my brother Walt being over here with me today.
Way up now. It was like tough for me.
The Eastern Conference and Western Conference Finals is set. OKC versus Minnesota. New York Knicks versus Indiana Pacers. Who y'all got winning it all?
Winning the title.
Yeah, winning the NBA championship.
Go New York, go New York, go.
Who you got? Knicks. Still got OKC. OKC winning it all. Thunder up.
It's unbelievable.
They just beat them to by 30.
Minnesota ain't gonna get them out of here.
Hey, it's hard to go against Ant.
Ain't gonna get them out of here.
And I wouldn't
And then
mind
we get the revenge tour. We get Cat going
Cat,
back against
Randall.
Minnesota. Randall going against New
Ooh.
York. What's up?
That's the biggest.
Perfect TV.
That's the biggest ratings right there. Yeah.
Perfect TV. Couldn't ask for a better. Couldn't ask for a better story.
Out of this four.
Yeah, couldn't ask for a better story.
Yeah.
Indiana OKC would be boring.
One last thing with basketball: is it officially the end of the era of LeBron, Curry, KD, and all them? Like y'all never see
Why is it
them.
about these
That's
days?
real bad.
That who tweets? Brian.
He said the best 2 words in sports.
Game 7. He's so cliche. Like this nigga, anything that he see out there, he gonna jump
Push
on.
that mic closer to you. Which one you were talking about?
Talking about
We was
seafood
talking about
for you.
seafood.
What's it? Pier 1? Is that what it's called? Where you going?
That
Cajun?
was trash.
You trash? Well, fly me in. You ain't gotta. Like,
Lee's is the best.
Andouille sausage.
I think so. I only been there once, and I like Lee's. That's the best one.
where's that?
Bethel.
I'm not going up to Bethel for nothing.
Kai's is on Bethel too, but Lee's is a little further up.
All right, we out of here, y'all. Peace. Again, thank y'all for being with us today. We definitely appreciate it. Great show. Take control, ladies and gentlemen. What we talking about? It's a wrap.
Bye.